Chelsea Lee.
I got that juicy fruit, that fruity loot, that ooh we go. That booty draped and everything that's Gucci too. And who you think they look too food, I know we know. A stiff neck in the bag, match that Louis shoe. With that shit like egg yo, boy bo. Chinese on it, egg roll. Tunko, I say princess that is bundle. Fronto, who you think he paid $100? Mijo, order me a low man on the side. Main platter chicken wing, making deep fry. Roll some down the hot sauce, garlic on the fries, man. Order me an icy, corner store icy. Order me a low man on the side. Main platter chicken wing, making deep fry. Roll some down the hot sauce, garlic on the fries, man. Order me an icy, corner store icy. Kicks the last some shit you find in Tokyo.
Oh, that was that Shayna Ryan, huh?
Yes, sir. Shout out to Shayna Ryan, man. Shout out to the whole Philly.
Yo, man, that was that
Low Main.
Shayna Ryan, Low Main, and you have just tuned in to the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Devinwade, aka Devwade, aka Dangerous DevNasty, aka Choke Your Mom Out, aka Choke Garnett Briscoe the fuck out. Actually, I didn't choke Garnett out, but I did put him in a figure four before in an arm bar.
And I survived. I'm here to tell it. I mean, you don't do a good enough job, man.
Matter of fact,
should have put me out.
Why Garnett made that face when you said that? Like, here he go with his bullshit.
Actually, is there footage? Is there footage that somebody has of that? Oh, Els has it.
Find it.
Leo Vega has the footage.
Bodega Vega said he got the footage.
Nah, we definitely got footage.
He got a new phone, different iCloud. It's not there.
Oh, he said different iCloud.
That's like 4 years ago.
Shout out to our homie Sohn. Sohn has the footage.
Sohn got a new phone too.
Nah, she got it. I'm sure, yo. She holds on to everything.
Not my dog. They ain't got no footage of my dog like that.
Nah,
I ain't going out like that.
They definitely do.
We not letting that come out. You heard, bro?
Thank you.
We gonna make it.
Nah, we're gonna put it right on this episode. It'll be the first one that got a visual all of a sudden at the end. All of a sudden at the end,
what was this?
Is Garnett getting fucked up? But yeah, of course that's Garnett Briscoe. But we can't. It's not official when we say Garnett Briscoe if you don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he's in the building. Definitely. Of course, you heard the voice of Puerto Rico and Camden's own Porter Rich.
Yo, what up, world?
To the right of Porter Rich, we have our beloved DJ, super beloved. Like, you know, everybody.
Hi, sexy people.
Everybody,
DJ Chelsea Lee.
Yeah. Everybody wants to kiss her butt. You know what I'm saying? That the fans
you
is
got
talking
niggas out here that
greasy.
want to kiss your butt.
Every day.
Yes. Yeah, and not the cheeks, the hole.
Oh, the hole.
Yeah. It's a
Shout out
fact.
to the men though, man. I respect their honesty and they courageous out here.
They are
Shout
courageous.
to them.
Yeah, but I get a little bit concerned. If this wasn't a digital meeting space where everybody talks in the chat, I would be a little afraid. Our first live event, I'm afraid that niggas might really have like one of them Michael Jackson beat it knife fights. You know what I'm saying? Over Chelsea
I carry
Lee.
a taser.
Run up.
So I might have to stop it that way.
Oh, okay.
We did.
I didn't know. I didn't know
Ain't
if she
nobody
was
gonna
like
get crazy.
talking sexual or you know what I'm saying.
No,
I didn't know if she
some
was
wild
talking that
Nah,
word.
Chelsea, they ain't gotta get crazy.
I will
Chelsea
taser
already,
somebody in the butt. Fight is over.
But Chelsea already told him like just stay respectful. She listens, she watches,
I give
whatever.
everybody
She just stay
I
respectful.
listen.
They ain't gotta get crazy because then we gotta bring out the nasty security team.
Well,
Yes.
Dev know how to kick somebody's butt
And
in 2 seconds.
they get nasty in a different way. We gotta bring out the nasty security team. They get real nasty too.
And of course, in all her fashion glory, we have somebody who might as well be a special guest today as we dig deep into her personal life. We got Waleska D.
Hello, beautiful people.
Emphasis on the D. Chelsea. What question did you ask Chelsea of Waleska D right before we embarked on this podcast mission for the day?
I asked Wally when was the last time she was in a relationship or had a boyfriend.
And I know that our viewers, our listeners, are, after hearing about Wally's World and them naming it Wally's World, them coming up talking about his amusement park.
Sound like a wet and wild place.
Yes.
It's definitely wet.
Yo, a lot of wild comments.
definitely
A lot of
wet.
wild
Hold on.
comments. These are the comments, y'all.
Hold on. Garnett, how did she say it?
It's definitely wet. Like, definitely.
With the
It
neck
ain't-
snap.
Right.
Yeah, with the
Ain't
next
dry.
So what's the answer, Wally?
I mean, you know,
Shit. God damn. That's
it's
it.
It's the realest place in America.
it is, and I'm trying to.
Is it a date or a month or a
Okay, all
year?
right. So I would say, currently, you know, I'm in a situation. I was with this person for maybe 3 years. I'm a relationship girl, so I'm normally in relationships. My first real adult relationship, I was like 25. Well, no, 24. And then after that, I got into another serious relationship. So I've been in relationships until today.
Oh, okay. So
Right now, it's, I'm on a break.
Complicated.
It's complicated. Spanish men, they're a little different. Sorry, Puerto Rican. I'm not saying you're like that, but
No, it's all good. No,
You know.
he's a good dude.
nah, he's
I know-
an awesome dude.
I know of her situation. He's a good dude. It's
He's
the homie.
good, but the Puerto Rican men, they're a little, overprotective, a little aggressive.
How, Sway?
And they could do what they want to do, but you can't do what you would do.
Exactly. We actually had an argument today, actually on the phone, because I said, and I'm being honest, and I don't even. If he hears this, he's gonna be like, "You really put this shit out there."
He gonna say I'm on the podcast.
This is listen.
I'm on the podcast.
That's what you doing?
This is the
I'm on
Devinwade
That's
Show.
what you doing?
This is the Devinwade
I
Show.
got you, homie. I got you.
We all naked out here.
All
Continue.
right. Well, he's not around right now. He's in what our parents used to tell us as kids. He's in college. He's away. He's away in school.
Okay.
If y'all know what that means.
Yes.
So we had an argument. And it was more of because, I needed a break. Not a break in regards to I don't want to be with him. More of a break of, I just need some time. It's a lot going on right now. I'm back to work. We're doing it's a lot going on. So he don't understand what break is. He's like, oh, you don't want to be with me. You don't want to. That's not what I'm saying. So he calls we get 30-minute phone calls. So he calls every hour on the hour, and he's calling and calling. But why?
Because it's very possible that they're moving the location of Wally World. And it's like, hold on, where are you moving this to?
Right, where
it
you
was,
going?
It used to be in
Garnett
driving
said.
distance.
It's definitely wet.
Right.
Hold on. So we're going to make a commercial. We're going to make a commercial for it.
Wally's World.
We're going to definitely get a voiceover guy, white guy, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? We can get that professional voice. And then that's the tagline at the end. Garnett.
It's definitely wet.
No, that's not. That's not. That might be worth it. That might be worth a ticket. Hey, yo, but so hold on. Listen. You saying, hold on, Wally. So you saying that you and your people was arguing? Y'all had a little argument. You had a little feelings because he keeps calling. He wants to talk. Keep
He
calling.
wants to talk. He wants to have the conversation about why I just want to have a little break, and it's because it's a constant. We're like. If I don't pick up the phone on time, or if
It
I'm
becomes
not,
drama that's
he'll
unnecessary.
get upset, oh, why you didn't pick up the phone? What you doing? Da 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 da. And it's too much. And it's like, bro, either I'm at work now I'm at work, or either I'm just I'm not the type of person that wants to be on the phone
Checking in
all
every
day.
half an hour.
If we're quarantined, what could I be possibly doing?
Hold up, though. Now, listen. I got to play the devil's advocate.
No, I know you do.
I know all the time. But
Be careful, though. Tread lightly.
No, but come on. But listen.
I know where you live.
He's away at college though. Mm-hmm. You know what college is like.
No, I know. Not personally, but
But you can only imagine. You can only
Right.
imagine because
The worst.
I know
Right.
it's a lot of dead time. There's nothing to do.
Right.
You're around nothing but strangers and cells, and it's hard.
Right.
So the closest thing to your people is when you get on really like the jack and you hit your people,
Right.
or you get a kite, you get the mail from your people. Or you send them, or you send it out to your people to communicate, especially when you far up in the mountains.
Right.
So,
But
if
he's not too far.
Okay, even that. But listen, I could be in the motherfucking Camden County jail that's 10 minutes from my crib, and I still feel like I'm in another world. I'm incarcerated. It's really like a different world.
No,
It's a world
absolutely.
within the world. That's how they built it. That's how they designed it. That's
Right.
why that shit mentally fucked people up. And, you know, a lot of people stay in tune with out here. Really, like, that's how they say, yo, when they imprison you, don't let them imprison your mind.
Right.
Like, stay free in the mind, you know, and staying in contact and in communication with people on the outside. That's why people really, like, honor people. And it's so big when somebody really do hold you down genuinely.
Right.
You know, and whatever. And if he, like, you know, and I'm just saying in his case, because I get it, some people don't like, some people different. Some people don't like calling a lot.
Right.
Some people be like, nah, I ain't really, you know, it might affect them different. But I just feel like if he fortunate enough to be able to pay for the calls or whatever,
Right.
y'all are as a, you know,
I
as
think
a
he
unit.
has to understand though, she's busy. That's a thing that comes with it too. Like, so where he's at, she's not there. So she's got to get busy outside of his world.
Right.
So he should
Right.
be fortunate to have somebody who's getting busy enough to where
And be able to take care of home.
And-
That's my bigger part.
That's a great point because it's a flip side to it. You right?
Because what
And
if
when
she
I
was
was
so
in there,
bored and not doing nothing? He's not going to be wanting to know
when
what's
we in there,
going on.
guess what? When we in there, we do become so insecure and just so wondering,
Yeah, 'cause you're in a-
letting our negative conscience be in our ear, like, oh, you know, she doing this, she doing that, she doing that, whatever. And sometimes we do let that get the best of us to the point where we do forget that the people on the outside got lives too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you mad at me because I might have missed a call that I genuinely missed for
Right.
some apparent reason or whatever the case may be. So I get it.
And
It's a two-side story.
it goes beyond that too, though, Rich, because on top of that is not just the people being busy, right? These people have these concerns for a good reason. They didn't get locked up with you. You locked up. They still live in the world of free people. And free people want to live free. I'm locked up in this motherfucker. I can't do nothing. But does that box really get locked up? Hold on. For like, this is what niggas is thinking.
Right.
Because flip the script. A nigga out on the street, his girl get locked up. She got to do whatever the time. I don't know what time limits niggas give.
Right.
Is niggas tucking they dicks? You know what I'm saying? Like is niggas really like, yo, my shorty, she got to do a year bid. You know what I mean? She getting out in a year and a day.
you think the guy is not
you wanna
going to
know
go sleep
something?
around?
It's
yo,
one nigga
he's
that's
gonna
that
sleep
solid,
around
bro.
the
It's
next
one
day.
nigga that's that solid, and I know he's that solid because he don't even take off his fitted hats when he getting
A guy
cuts.
would not do that for a girl.
Pat Bruce was not out here
Listen,
slinging dick.
you know,
when
listen,
he
hold
was
on,
in
wait,
jail.
wait,
I believe
Pat
that.
Bruce is not doing that.
He said the nigga don't take his hat off
When he get cuts.
when he get a
Nah,
haircut.
shout
dedicated
to
to
the
the
legend.
cause.
Shout to the legend Pat, the
shout out to Pat.
flame spitter.
Well, Pat Boo's the only one on the world that I would trust that if his girl got locked up, he's not going to sleep around. 92.2%.
See, that's crazy that you
of
feel
men.
like that.
Yes.
That's crazy that you feel like that because I feel the opposite. I feel like if we really pulled out, if we could really see what women are doing while men are incarcerated, I really feel that men would hold women down more than women hold men down on some sexual shit, being able to keep that shit disciplined. I believe we beat y'all in discipline.
Men don't think.
How about that?
Sexual discipline.
How
Ooh, I
about
like
that?
that.
I'm just talking about discipline, period. I believe we beat y'all when I love her, she held me down. She was out here doing it for me. Like, cause that's what we talking about. And that's another thing that we gotta mention, Dev. You know, okay, like I get what Dev was saying. When I get incarcerated, you still free. But if I was out here doing something that you knew I could have got incarcerated for, and we was living it up and you was living it up with me, you signed up for the shit.
Right,
Especially
but-
if you my wife or my girl, anything like that.
But pause on that.
Let's
because
get it.
you gotta take it.
Let's go.
You gotta charge that to the game though. Because at the end of the day, if she out here putting money on your books, giving you magazines, sending you pictures, picking up your calls, she might miss a few because she out here trying to get to a bag. She not calling you and begging you to pay the rent. She not calling you and begging you to pay her bills. She holding it down dolo
Bomb.
and making
Right.
sure your family
Bomb.
good and making sure your kids
Bomb.
is good and making
Right.
sure your mother is good.
Right.
And what else you gonna say? So if I can't pick up a phone call, you gonna be
Not
talking to
only
me all
that,
crazy?
no,
Hell
no, listen,
Yeah, I need a break.
You absolutely right. And you know I love you to death. And I know how you are, so I know how you feel. You absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I just feel like it's a two-sided thing where like everybody gotta be real. Because me personally, when I'm incarcerated, I'm not even asking you about no shit I don't want to know.
Yo,
Exactly.
As long as you holding me down,
Yep.
That's
and
your
if
own
you, as
marriage.
long as you playing your part,
that's what you're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, this is what it is. Whatever the slip up was, you slipped up.
Right.
You in that motherfucker, right? So now there's more burden on the woman while she out there, or
Right.
vice versa, whatever the situation is. But in it, in this case or cases like this, is the burden is on the woman, right? So now, do you want to be an extra burden on the woman while she trying to hold it down in order?
Exactly.
Do you want to become?
Because then you gonna push her away.
Do you want to become a nuisance or a nag or whatever you want to call it on top of, like, yo, I know you in there, I'm holding it down, I'm running around, and now on top of the worry that you not here
Exactly.
to hold this down with me, you are a force against me in a lot of ways, man. And we deal with situations like that too amongst couples.
the crazy part is that, like, we live in a world that really, to me, is like been so fake for so long that people can even be in these type of situations, in these scenarios, and not know the real deal. Like, especially in a situation like, it's different levels to all this shit. Like a marriage, we've been married, some shit like that. Yeah, maybe. And it depends on the time. Like time frame. If I'm doing like a year, if the significant other, and this is male or female, significant other, if she's doing like a year, maybe 2 years, yeah, she might go walk that down. 5, 10, you ain't gonna take no dick.
God
I ain't
bless.
gonna take no pussy.
That's not
how
realistic.
You know that, right. And when you be real, and this goes back to shit I said before on the show. Like, just being honest, being brutally honest really alleviates the opportunity to fucking lie and play. Right. And a lot of people, vice versa, male or female, they don't want to really be brutally honest because they know they want to play.
Right. And the time limit is going to be different for different people. There is some chicks that's like, I feel like I could hold it down for 2-3 years. But if you can't, you gotta really say that. You gotta be able to express that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the real type of shit that make a nigga come home and want to blow your motherfucking head off.
And, if you know and you in the situation, like we said, don't ask. Don't go asking some shit you don't really want to know.
And asking
Be
some
realistic.
shit. Hold on. And asking some shit that for real, the reason why you asked it, for real, the reason why you asked it, especially at a certain time frame, it's because you know the fucking answer already. Ready, my nigga? It's been 2 years, 3 years. You want to ask a question like that when you come on, man? People are human beings.
Now,
human beings have certain needs and everything like that.
Now, don't get it twisted though, because I don't want this is a delicate situation for my friend. This is like we started this conversation off with Wally's story. With her current situation and as far as her having a boyfriend or not. We talking about people in general and how this shit could go. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because the podcast is always going to be us relating to everyone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a broader canvas.
Right.
But we're the gateway into the conversation.
But it is women out there. It is women out there and men. That's why I said what I said. Like, I feel it'll be a lot of men that'll be loyal and can be disciplined. And I know there's women out here that can be disciplined and loyal and play their part and handle it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's levels to all that shit. And the best thing to me, just be honesty. Being honest with yourself. Definitely being honest with your people. But more being honest with yourself, I think.
So even when you're being honest, you can be an honest scumbag or honest whore or honest fuck nigga. So from a nigga that's done a lot of jailing and time like that, what would you, just in your personal opinion, for you particularly, what would be those time limitations that you feel as though the woman still would be respectful in saying, like, how long do you expect your woman to hold you down in a situation where it's like, I'm looking at doing a 3-year joint, or I'm looking at doing a 5-year joint? Like, what? Come on, Rich. What?
If I got a good joint, I mean, don't get me wrong. We got two. Yeah. We got, like, Wally is my family for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love Wally. She's a beautiful person, a great person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her business. Her business is her business. I don't know her business. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that's a beautiful person and a loyal person who I never had no questions with nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea, same type shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I got a great joint, then I'm going to say, I'm going to treat her how she supposed to get treated. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm going, you know, I mean.
So you're not gonna, really quick, so you're not gonna be on calling her on the line and just like be wilding out just because a person missed a phone call or a person's tired or a person at that moment don't want to have a conversation. Are you gonna be nitpicking on shit?
Listen,
and it's
I can't
about
listen.
to be 2 years
I'm
in January.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say I'm definitely trying not to. But behind those walls,
no, I can understand
like just
that.
the type of the elements of stress of different where your mind goes. You know what I'm saying? Like we only human. We're not perfect.
Why would you use your girl as a punching bag, though?
Right now, you shouldn't. You shouldn't, and you
Right.
should be mindful. I said that earlier.
Yeah.
That we do got to be mindful that y'all got lives. Y'all got lives. You are, like you said, that shit you said was the realest shit. You are, you know, holding it down. You playing your position. Like, you know, you doing what need to be done. You know, you checking on whoever need to be checked on. Like, you doing what need to be done. Like, so I get it.
How long, Porter? 2 years.
Yeah,
I
we-
mean,
I'm trying to get to a number.
I'm gonna give a good woman. 2 is like one of my first favorite numbers, so I will go with the deuce. Only reason I'm saying because it's just real. Like if I got a tray, if I got 3 years, like I ain't getting. Now if I get to the halfway house, there's levels to it. If I get to the halfway house in 18 months, then she might could do it. I mean, because I could get to halfway house, I could pop her. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I can save the day.
Speak on the female perspective though. If you got a woman that's not for nothing a go getter, because I'm not the type of person, like, I don't need to be fucking niggas. You know, that don't really,
Right.
like, I don't need to be out here fucking different niggas. That
Talk
don't
about it.
satisfy me. Like, I can satisfy myself if I need to.
And you keep
but
it bad.
fucking different niggas, I don't really, it's not conducive to my lifestyle. I'm sorry. Like, you know, I preserve my energy. I'm just not letting all this energy coming into me. I'm sorry. But what I can say is that certain women, if they out here getting to a bag and trying to fuck other niggas, get in the way. Y'all get in the way sometimes of us getting to a bag. So I can't be sitting here and allowing these niggas coming around. I got a nigga in jail and they coming around. They gonna be fucking up what I got going on.
Right.
Nah, so
Talk
I
about
can't.
it.
Certain women out here can hold it down and be all right. He already about to be in there for 2 years, still ain't get sentenced yet. So at the end of the day, it's all good. You just gotta know. What I always try to tell women is that you gotta know what you're doing, number one, and you can't just be if you're gonna deal with a street guy, you gotta understand like what the consequences are. So he might end up in jail for 10 years, he might end up in jail for 5 years. So you gotta be prepared for that. You gotta make sure your money ready, you gotta make sure your bills is paid, you gotta make sure everything good. So when he do go away, you all right. You can still proceed, get to the bag, and keep yourself busy.
Shout out to Kim Bella.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, not just saying street guys, but just good guys, period. Like, good guys with a good understanding, a lot of times, like, they come home from out them situations. We might have had them couple arguments, some scuffles, some bad times, some rough times. But when, like I said, when somebody come home, ain't even tripping about that, man. I don't want to know what I don't want to ask him about what you done. Like, if
It's
you
so irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah,
Listen.
like, because it's a bad situation, period.
A nigga need to make sure that he got the best case scenario when he do come home, because if you make it a stressful situation, now you're gonna come home and stress me more. Or niggas come home and, you know, in different, I know situations niggas come home and think that they gonna regulate something, you know what I'm saying, with
No,
the nigga that you
absolutely.
with now because he was in jail, and it's like, my nigga, that's not the case, nigga. You will be somewhere else forever.
Right.
Not in jail
Not
for 6 years. You'll be 6 feet, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Niggas come home from jail and be thinking it's sweet, and it's not. But you know, I just look at it from a perspective of niggas gotta know that that's gonna happen when they get locked up in there. That's a part of the game. They knew they was risking that. Everything you got is on the line all the time when you dabbling in the streets. Everything. Whether you got kids out there that you're not gonna see them. Man, the situation I'm dealing with right now, and my family is dealing with right now, is beyond that. I got a close one that we ain't never gonna see out here on these streets again. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, we gotta live amongst the people and family of the person this person did something to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit is, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he can't be mad if his girl go off and bust certain moves. And honestly, immediately if she busts those moves, because what difference do it fucking make? You're not coming home in 2. You're not coming home in 3. You're not coming home in 10, nigga.
Like there's no time limit
So
on
what's
her
the so
doing
what's
something.
so it's like, so what you want her to hold it down for the 5 years and then she start
Flip.
doing her thing, man? You might as well move on with your life now, because he not coming home.
Yo, that's why I was in the streets for like about almost close to like 20 years. And in them 20 years, I might have had 3 girlfriends. I don't do relationships all like that. And that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when my children came, it was like you saying, like, it was almost like Robert De Niro, what he said in Heat. Like, I don't want to get attached to nothing that I gotta leave when I see the law coming. You know what I'm saying? So when my children came, you know, that shit like changed my life, because now it was like, I didn't have an option. It was like, be a fucked up father and gamble. You know what I'm saying? Or make sure you the fuck there. You know what I'm saying? So with a girl, I used to just feel like, nah, I ain't gonna get a girl because I'm in these streets. I ain't getting no girl. I don't want no girl. I just, you know what I mean?
And a lot of guys do that because they don't want the girl to do the bit. Because like you said, they mind start racing. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I just knew that. I knew I was always intelligent. I was always smart. I knew I've been jailing all my life.
But did you not want the stress of it though? Is that the main reason? Like, I know that you know, but what's the real reason?
The real reason was respect. Respect is everything for me. It's no way I'm laying nowhere and you out here and I'm out here. I'm saying that's my shorty, that's my wife, and all this other shit. Like, and some other shit is going on. That's why I used to. Don't get me wrong. And I would still have a girl, even as a juvenile. When I used to do the juvenile bids, I would write shorties, and it was maybe 1 or 2 times, or that I probably had a little friend or something. But I was still the same way. Like, I knew, and it was always like really like respect for me. Like, I can't, cause I know how this shit go. I know how this shit go, and I know some dudes. That's why we're gonna get into some other shit about the other topic, because some dudes just really don't got no respect. You know what I'm saying? And they will smile in your face, shake your hand. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of weird shit.
And do some shit behind your back
that an honorable motherfucker can't do. Like, I can't do it because it's just not in me.
So what I want to know is, then, you know, we had talked on a recent episode about, you know, people allowing themselves to grow and things like that, right? Now, you already know kind of what jail do, you know what I'm saying, how it could like condition you to certain shit, or people get preserved. They come out, wherever they was at when they was in there, they come out and be like, didn't skip a beat.
Right.
But everybody that's outside, shit kept going, because we all guilty. I mean, I can't say all. I don't know what niggas do. But when niggas get locked up, you think you go and write them all the time and shit like that. And then you notice you ain't wrote a nigga in a long time, and then you feel weird writing because you didn't write. You know, it'd be like a lot of shit. So when does it get to the point where it's like you locked up, your girl out there, time is going by, they're evolving as a person even? Are they supposed? Maybe they just don't want to fuck with that type of dude no more. Is that betrayal? Because I'm asking this because as a nigga that don't be locked up, right? I remember as a young nigga, I would be like dealing with a shorty, and you know, they might not even mention bull, but people be like, yo, you know, her dude is such and such, he locked up or whatever. And they be like, it be like a limitation on wherever this relationship gonna go, because they waiting for a jail nigga. But most of the time, let's be real, the result that they get from the nigga coming home is not the prize. It's not the prize. They already had the prize. They had the nigga. They was set. But then it was like, this nigga come home, shorty going to start styling on you a little bit because she knows that he's about to come home. They might not even have that full discussion, like Rich saying, people being honest. You know what I'm saying? Let you know.
Well, having discussion with who?
With me, with you, with the person, with me. Like, if the chick don't say yeah, right. Because what happens is you a side nigga, but you really like, you a full-time nigga. He's locked up.
Temp service.
You're a temp service nigga, exactly. So what happens is when this person is coming home, whether they told him about you, whatever, they just moved forward with life and was like, when this nigga's about to come home,
you gotta go.
I'll find an exit plan on this nigga because of whatever. He might have been holding it down, holding money, whatever. Then when they come home, all of a sudden you kind of like booted out. But what you gotta remember too is niggas been locked the fuck down. They couldn't do nothing or fuck on no other bitches because they was locked up.
Unless they was swaggeristic.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's some inmates that swaggeristic, and they catch that one female CO that want to hear.
Okay.
Seeing that nigga do the push-ups all sweaty every day, they be locked up too.
Or so possibly that. But when niggas come home, it's a celebration. All your niggas want to take you out. Yo, nigga, we gonna take you to get your dick sucked. We gonna get you. And what happens is they get caught up in that a lot of times. And then the woman is, I wish I was with
Right.
Guy B. Nah, bitch.
Right.
Stick with that nigga. And then when you know the reincarceration rate, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times it's short lived too, because he right back. You know what I mean? As is in the case with my family members and shit.
And that's a great point that I just want to say you made, because we do think like that. Like, if she was suspect on doing a bid where I felt like she was, then I'm definitely coming home and yeah, we're going to even the score.
You're going to what?
We're going to even the score.
So it's going to be 1-1.
If I know,
he going to try to make it a blowout.
If I know,
would you do 3-3?
Probably. It all depends on how really we rock and what's the vibe when I get out. Because if we still rocking back and it instantly start connecting back, then it's a possibility. Because I've came home and tried to rekindle some shit that was even rocky, and it just still fell apart. But if it would have,
right,
I was going to take whatever the little growing pains, because shit be growing pains. None of us perfect.
No, absolutely. And I know we keep talking about this, but I just want to say one last thing. You know, when women are dealing with, you know, guys in those circumstances, you know, the men need to understand like the mind state of that woman. You get what I'm saying? Because in the beginning, when it all goes down, she got to do this, she got to do that, she got, you know, your life's in shambles right now, because now you got to be doing all this moving for somebody else. So not only you got to do stuff for yourself, but you got to do something for this person because they're not here. So you got to constantly be moving, you know, whatever.
No, you locked up too.
Yeah, you locked up.
Locked up too.
That first year, last year was rough. I mean, 2020 is kind of rough, but 2019 was very rough for me. That whole, from January all the way to like June, it didn't start getting good till July.
It's trauma both ways, because look at parents who deal with their children incarcerated. They traumatized. My mom always said that to me. It's traumatizing both ways. Parties. Y'all locked up too.
But what I
when
can
you
say,
really do the bid,
right? But
you
what
locked
I can
up.
say, right? But what I can say,
they out here
is that,
getting loose magoose all crazy. They low on like furlough.
Right, but don't drive that person to the edge. You get what I'm saying? Especially if they doing something. If they out here really trying to, you know, make sure you all right, give you good conversation, making sure you good, and try to clear your mind for everything else that's going around you.
They should be calling, trying to be the brightness
especially
to
if
your
you're
day.
not the reason why they're doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, everybody's got a choice.
That is the mind frame we need to keep in that situation.
And I know it's hard.
It's
but
not easy.
I'm not a negative person, Dev. Like, I don't, you know, when you call, I'm trying to have the most positive conversation. I'm telling you what's going on outside with music, telling him about the podcast, you know, just trying to make him feel like he here.
But he was just about to shank a nigga over the TV, because nigga wanted to watch some old weird shit. And he was trying to check, you know, and see what was really going on in the world. So it'd be like different. Real shit.
It's definitely, because I go through some of the trauma just with my pop, right? Because I be feeling like, oh, yo, like, you not gonna call me and get mad at me because I can't call you back when I miss a phone call. I'm not gonna be sitting by my phone, because he be calling at weird times. Weird days is never like a set schedule for him.
Right.
So it's like, yo, you expect me to be like, I'm at work right now, bro. I can't pick up a phone call and take 30 minutes out of my day to talk to you. So I can't answer that. I can't even apologize for it. I just know when I do pick up, don't come with that energy like, yo, where you been at? Well,
yes,
I'm here, bro. I'm always going to be here. I can't call you. It's not my fault you put yourself in a position where I don't have a return phone call, bro. So don't get mad at me when I can't answer. Just be, I'm not gonna say happy, but let's
understanding.
And let's just enjoy the moments that we do have on the phone.
And how many niggas like in a relationship situation have the conversation with their girl where they say like, all right, look, now we dating. I just want you to know that when I get locked up, you locked up. Nah, normally a nigga is in a situation. Exactly.
That's because we live in this fake world.
So that's why we got to be careful when we was talking about what Rich was talking about when we was saying like, you know, if you was dealing with a dude that was in that game, you know what come with it. But niggas don't present it in that way. Usually it's in the way like, I hold that down. That's me. That worry not on my woman. I'm not putting my woman in the position where it's like, I just said, this is how I get money. and you gonna benefit from it because I want you to be my girl. You here is not a thing like we both doing this together. If you not with this and you ain't gonna hold it down when, and let's say a nigga on day one said, yo, I'm just letting you know, like, and then if I go to prison, this what it is. She gonna be like, all right then, my nigga, peace. Peace.
Some might.
A lot.
Cause if the nigga heavy, if I'm laying it out for you and I'm telling you, listen, if I'm heavy, my hustle crazy, I got the stupid, ridiculous bags, I fuck with you heavy, and then I say, yo, listen, you gonna be my joint, and I'm just letting you know, if any motherfucking drama coming, I gotta go lay down, I just need you to hold all this shit down. Can you fit that position? Can you? And a lot of bros gonna be like, you fucking right.
Yeah, they might say you fit that position, but
and they might not. Don't get me wrong. And they might not, because a lot of them don't. A lot of them motherfucking stone cold sucker a nigga, and motherfucking nigga come home to nothing. She done flipped everything. She done left with another nigga. So trust me, I get what you saying,
and
bro.
First off, Tariq, don't talk about your mom, because Tasha. Because let me tell you something, Tasha St. Patrick. She was fucking niggas. She was playing with herself in the back of the motherfucking truck with the driver homie with Kanan's son. Come on, man.
We never really know what nobody is doing. That's like, I don't even want to say right now, like, look, we need more Keisha Kior, Gucci girl. What's her name?
Keisha Kior.
Yeah, we need more Keisha Kiors. You know, because everybody so, you know, they hold her up like, you know, because she held, because she got it, because she, you know, it's out there. She held it down for Gucci.
But we don't know her private business.
Right.
But this what I'm telling you though. We don't know. But we don't know nobody private business. You understand? Don't nobody know what that woman was doing while that man was away. But who's anybody to really like try to steal that happiness if he happy and she held it down to his
standards.
fit, right?
Yeah.
To his standards.
At the end of the day,
we
you
need
gotta
more
keep
of
it
them.
real, because expectation is everything.
Why make accusations when y'all don't have black and white proof? Why sit here and make accusations? There ain't no accusations of certain people out there, so why do that? If they doing their job and you ain't hearing nothing, then you move forward. Why drive yourself crazy?
Everybody in that position, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, they know you're gonna lose something if the other person gets locked up.
I'm just saying, it's some good. I think it's some dope women that's still out there. There's some dope women out there.
Yeah.
They could definitely, even on and I know Gucci Man and them rich is a different situation, but even on a small scale, if I'm small coming up and you small, we had to be together. If I'm small coming up and you rocking with me, and then, you know, I get caught up in a situation, you supposed to still at a small level, you supposed to take whatever we got and go ahead and go to work if we was really a unit. If we had that, then we'll have more Gucci's and more Keishas.
Yeah. Well, you know, ladies, you got to make sure that you're real careful because some situations can even get worse than that. Because when your nigga get locked up and you out here unprotected and niggas is wondering like where that bag, where that sack of cash at, they want to get, you know, niggas will try to get to your girl, nigga. Niggas will do. I just over the last few years, I done, you know, been close to some crazy situations like that where basically girls, niggas leave their girls naked in the world. And a lot of times your homies ain't really going to bat to protect. They not at the crib guarding. It ain't going down like that. It's not moving. Niggas is not
That's
doing
bad, though. That's bad.
Niggas is not doing that. If anything, with a lot of them niggas, a nigga might come through the crib on some, I got you, I'ma hold you down. So that he could get to them buns.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I had a situation where one of my exes, man, I was jammed up and I told her to pick up some money from somebody that owed me some money. And somebody turned in that money and decided to like rub her hand, like hold her hand after they, like, it just be weird shit, man. Yeah. So you can't never put nothing past really like nobody. Don't get me wrong. Like I you know, I hope for the best. Know what I mean? Yeah. I hope for the best. And I really like, you know, I give people the benefit of the doubt. But I ain't no motherfucking dummy. You hear me?
Well, look, speaking of something that Rich has said earlier, and it was about you know, being attached to something that, you know, could be taken away from you that quick. We're gonna get into a little more fun. Well, fun for us, but not fun for him, obviously. August Alsina, man. He hit the world with a motherfucking shocker.
He sure did.
Yeah, he was talking heavy about Will Smith's wife.
This ain't the first rumor either, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not the first time I heard it.
This came out. I can't even put a time on it, but
Probably like 2015, I think.
All right, well, she
I think longer than that.
Yeah.
When he did his first rant, I think it was like 2015.
She was like September 19th, 2015 at 2 p.m. Eastern time, bitch.
She on her job. She on her job. That's Wiley the fucking journalist now.
Yeah, so Wiley, what's the scoop with this, man?
Well, he went on Angela Yee's show. Shout out to Angela Lee. But she
Yee, man.
Yee, my bad.
I was gonna say
No
that.
disrespect. No disrespect.
No disrespect, Angela. No disrespect.
Not Lee Yee. They all
You know.
make sense.
She was thinking about me.
Fine.
That's why I'm
Cheers.
right here.
Chelsea
Right,
Lee.
Chelsea,
I'm looking at this beautiful
Right. We
face.
got
That's why
Chelsea
she
Lee.
distracted me. She's distracting me today, people. But no, he went on there and he, you know.
Lesba.
Angela Yee beautiful too.
Nah, she is.
Don't
Shout
ever
out
get
to
it
her,
twisted.
for real.
Angela Yee beautiful.
All right,
Don't
while
you thinking
Lesba,
I'm
back
a
to
lesbian?
it. Oh no, you're not. I'm just saying.
I
It's just-
embrace women, okay? They're
Listen,
beautiful.
we just keeping what Rich started a lot. While Lesba.
That's because she was getting at me for like a week. Go ahead.
Let's go.
But no, he basically was just expressing how he didn't mention anything, but he said that he talked to, you know, Jada's husband, and they had it was an okay that, you know, him and Jada were able to have this relationship. And he was like, he was dealing with her. He said years with an S. So we don't know how long that was. And he said, you know, when they stopped dealing with each other, it really hurt him badly, like to the point that he was sick. Like, I mean, he said that borderline dying type of scenario.
So
Like
he could have died and be
What
happy
type
with what
of
yeah,
happened.
he had to remove himself from the situation because that's how much he loved her, and he knew he couldn't have her all to himself. And when, you know, he said the only way for him to get out, to be happy, is to remove himself from that situation.
That's a set
He
it
said
off
it was
box,
like,
nigga.
yeah, then he
I
said
heard-
something like toxic. Like it was just like a toxic, very like heavy situation.
I mean, I heard the rumor before, and I seen some pictures hit the net today. I don't know if y'all seen them. It was like a collage put together, and it was a bunch of pictures of him and her together. Him and
So
her.
do y'all believe that
I
him or
can't
her?
say I can't say that I believe that, you know, all everything that's being said, all the allegations, because, you know, again, me, I'm the type that you gotta bring me to like the real concrete.
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
what's your
yeah.
instincts leaning towards, Rich?
I mean, listen, I've heard all kinds of rumors about Hollywood, entertainment shit, all kind people's relationships, how they
Switching off.
all kinds of
He
stuff,
just
man.
looked like
you
he
know what I'm
was
saying?
so hurt.
But
He
at the
did.
same time, from what I know of these people, they great people. They great people from our culture. You know, I'm talking about like Will Smith.
But what they do in their sexual life don't got shit to do with them. Yeah, they
right,
great.
but who knows what they do in their sexual life? This be all like the shit that hit the fan. And don't get me wrong, it's heavy, it's wild shit. But
Do you think where there's smoke, there's fire? A lot of times, I mean, a lot of smoke.
could be.
Lot of smoke.
Sometimes.
I think he just said something.
But then sometimes people just blowing smoke.
I think during the clip that I watched, August Alsina just said something interesting where he was like, yo, like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, yo, you know, they're life partners and that they didn't have like any romance going on. So, and over the years, that's what they've been calling
They
each other.
always said that.
Life partners.
Will and Jada has been, you know, going around saying that and breaking that down. And, you know, basically they're like best friends. But when he threw in a no romance, and that's what he had to, you know, ask Will for his blessing to, you know, be in a relationship with his wife.
Romantically.
Right. Because they don't do anything romantic. He may have, like we said, we don't know.
How you had that convo with Big Willie style, man?
And then you got to keep in mind that we said it here about like, let's talk about August Alsina and his life. His level of like success has really kind of like declined or has been at a certain level. It hasn't really been, you know what I'm saying?
He didn't do music for a while because his health was bad. He had really bad health.
Because I'm not in tune with everything on why things is the way it is. But, you know, like we just said here before, I'm just going to the sex part of the relationship, where if like sex not going on, and we already talked about here that like a motherfucker that ain't really got too much going on. Some motherfuckers, like that's their focus. That's their main focus. It's like sex and the feet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you saying he might have been like not clocking into the studio, but clocking into that booty hole.
He was focused on her and that.
Yeah.
If it was ever a thing, if it was the situation, it was ever a thing, and that's what maybe made it so attached.
Right.
Because we like listen. Robert De Niro, what was his wife's name on the movie?
Oh.
Lester.
Yes.
His wife.
Lester Diamond actually needs more credit. Like,
but you get where I'm
Lester
going.
Diamond,
You get where I'm going with the scenario. Your man is up. Your man is up, but this dude might have had you sexually. He was like a broken down like pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't detach from him. She couldn't detach from him. He was toxic for her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And your man was really like just different, different kind. Yeah, it's crazy, but people know where I'm going with it, and I'm not saying that that's the situation with August Alsina in that situation. But if what y'all saying is correct, that the sexual part of their relationship, as far as like Will and her, was
Listen,
lacking
I don't blame the nigga one bit. If Will Smith is like a fucking champion of earth, I say all the time the nigga could be president of the United States of America. If he decided that this woman is good enough stock to be his wife, bears children, all of this type of shit, I know it's top notch. She's beautiful. That's obviously what everybody could say. Super well preserved.
Man.
The fact that she's talented, knows how to host. I mean, it's a full package. You know what I'm saying? So if that, and she's an elder, so women's sexual peak and men's sexual peak is like what y'all talked about before. Is like a fucked up. It's like
Right.
God did something terrible to us. So she was putting the work on that nigga, dog. She was putting
How old
the
is
work
he?
on that nigga.
Younger,
Are they
way
like
younger.
very?
You gotta think, man. I'm 40 and she's my elder. Like I was a kid watching fucking
Is he
Jada
like
Pinkett.
30s? She's probably at least 10 years older than him.
He's 27.
I was gonna say,
Stop.
Wait,
she's
yeah,
That might be
more
like
than-
the Hollywood age. Like they be like, I
Twice
don't know.
my
Oh yeah, that
age.
too.
Right.
You remember
Then again, who
reggae
knows?
song?
Maybe he is.
Listen,
27.
all
Who
in
knows?
all, we know. I understand why a nigga would feel like that, and even hierarchy. We seen shit like
He was
Nick
in love
Cannon,
with that.
Nick Cannon dealing with Mariah Carey. It was Mariah fucking Carey.
Oh, because
Hell
the
yeah.
older women, they can put a
Yo,
young
listen,
bull
man,
in
you
check.
just-
I
you
know
just-
a lot of my friends that have put young
But
bulls
these,
in check.
so a lot of your friends put young bulls in check. Now imagine if your friends was a legendary,
Oh,
famous
that's
person
insane.
that you grew up with, knowing that they was already the shit.
Yeah,
like,
but at the end of the day, they're still regular people, so they probably still have the normal feelings of like Will and Jada. They have an agreement, an arrangement. Like one of my friends could have an arrangement. I don't know. So they still are normal people. It's just we would never imagine, Will Smith being like, "Yeah, you can go smash my wife."
but I'm talking about from August's thing. It's like you come up in the game, right? And then you get to a certain level, and all of a sudden you in a game you couldn't believe you was in. I'm in
yeah,
here
yeah.
when Will Smith's wife is like, "Yo, holler at Will. If he cool with it, we rocking out." That's a wild. It's like,
That's
mama, I
crazy.
made it.
and
You know what
man,
I'm
like I said, he was going through some rough times, man. I know, like something happened with like his brother,
His sister.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, sister.
Yeah.
Like he ended up taking, being a guardian of her children. Him and his mom is going back and forth. He had got diagnosed with some kind of disease, which he was in the hospital like fighting for his life, but Jada was by his side the whole time. So
I ain't even know.
going
about all
back
that.
to what Rich said, where it's like the attachment is not even more so even as sex. It's like she was literally there talking to him,
At his lowest point.
right? Getting his life together, even though he had, he might have been, but that was the attachment to it. And I just think it's crazy that he's saying, I'm just happy that I love somebody. I gave my all. Now I could die. She had Tupac talking about he could climax without sex. I don't know what this woman is, what type of voodoo vagina
That's
she
right,
got.
she did.
but
That's right, she
she's
was.
out
It's that red table twat, nigga. You out
You
of
know
your
what it-
red
you know
table
what it
twat
probably-
is crazy.
Yo, red table twat, nigga. That nigga definitely was like, can we do something on this red table, please?
You know what it probably is, yo. When people like, I believe in Chelsea. You could probably agree with me because you're into yoga and everything. Frequencies are a real thing, and when I mean frequencies, is like energy. So say Garnett, like he gave me a crazy high frequency, meaning like I can get so turned on. He don't gotta. We could just be having conversations.
This is facts. Speaking my life.
He said the frequencies actually
Speaking my
come
life.
from the waves. The waves of the frequency waves come from his hairline. The waves. You know
That nigga went in a disco Briscoe mode.
And you gotta understand, this ain't the regular spelling. These is freak frequencies. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Wiley. Continue to tell my life. Come on.
You know, if he gave that so those frequencies can be very high level. So meaning like that person can feel like or put themselves in a euphoric state that you don't even realize what the hell is going on. You're like, yo, why the fuck am I feeling like this? Like, why is my heart racing? Why do I feel like, why am I hot? Why am I this? Like,
why am I tingling?
Yeah, like, what is this? This is different. You know, those things could essentially happen.
I just told you how my day was. Now your sweat's damp. Now your tights soaked.
Right.
Red tingle talk, nigga.
If her Brittany is so good, why isn't Will still with her?
No, listen. First off, you get tired of anything. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
listen, Will might be like a Robert De Niro, like how Robert De Niro was, and like we're like, man, listen.
They keep talking about Robert De Niro
because he was a certain type. I accomplished a bunch of shit. I built all this shit. You know what I mean? I'm a family man. I took care of everybody. And I don't know, Will's situation might be different, but I just feel like Will might be at that level too, where he just like, whatever. If he did some shit like that.
Will Smith could fuck anything.
Right.
He could walk.
That's the flip side of it.
Right. That's
Will Smith come in this room right now, he could probably fuck Garnett, man.
You're not gonna put my asshole on the line, bro. Hey, Will, I'm not fucking you unless you paying all my taxes, all my debt. Everybody that's in my family.
Hold on, wait.
Like,
first off, pay your tax. You don't make enough bread for the tax.
Listen, I'm talking about for everybody. Anybody,
you gotta take care of the whole team. You taking one for the team,
listen,
then. You gotta count for everybody.
I gotta be on a red carpet with you.
Hold on. Side
you
by
have
side.
to show me off a little bit, bro. This ain't like you're not chipping this behind the scenes and just keeping. Nah, fuck that, Will.
Y'all gotta do a record, a new one, like Joyner.
Exactly.
A new Joyner joint.
And it got to be my record.
So hold on. So Bad Boys 4 is you, all three of y'all.
Yep.
Now they got an extra partner that's in the back seat.
I need to be in movies.
No.
Like,
but that's not even a joke or podcast talk. I could really see bro in the new like Bad Boy.
Like Bad Boys.
He really needs to be in the new Bad Boy. We need to speak that into existence.
Nah, because this is what might happen. He need his own movie. Right? Something else, not Bad Boys. Because what happens is when you end up in Bad Boys 4 with Garnett Briscoe, it's a straight to DVD joke. Listen, whenever they switch niggas and like bitch movies, yo, when you find out there was
he need like his first time joint, like the Kevin Hart Paper Soldier. He need the Kevin Hart Paper Soldier
He need his
vibe.
own joint, because if you turn on something and it say, you'd be like Gremlins 8.
Nah, you right.
Gremlins 8 be starring like motherfucker. What's the African nigga from Philly? You know
Michael Blackson.
It'd be like Michael Blackson.
You think they could have slipped him in Expendables?
Yeah.
Listen, if you want like, I'm off this. I'm off this subject. I ain't doing that. I'm not entertaining that no more.
You're not gonna let them throw you.
Nah, because he out here just throwing my booty hole on the line for Will Smith without nothing. Like
that's what females got to deal with on a day to day.
Yeah, but
Listen, bro. You a struggling actor and comedian. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We all
You got this, baby.
We all at the end of the day, no matter where people see us at or whatever, we struggling artists. We artists that's always trying to make it to the next level. And we gotta sacrifice things to get to the next level. And that's something that I wanted Rich to kind of lead the conversation on and talk about this struggle and sacrifice, or struggle versus sacrifice.
I just feel like if you eventually trying to get to a level in life one day, a certain level in life, or especially as far as success level and stuff like that, I just feel like you kind of like gotta pick a side. And I feel like some people don't really understand that when I say by picking a side out of struggle or sacrifice, right? You don't want to struggle. You don't like to struggle. Nobody really like. Some people do. And shout to the people who find peace and happiness in whatever which way they live. Because I don't judge and I don't knock anybody. Happiness is the goal. But like, some people like they really like live like, almost like check the check. Check the check. We struggling, whatever. But you still living your life. You doing everything. You doing the most. You doing everything you want to do. And then sometimes that's not enough for you. You know what I'm saying? Where you still complaining, you still find yourself frustrated, miserable even at some points. You know what I'm saying? but you doing the most. You're living your life. You having all your vices. You going places, you doing things. Versus if I want to get to a certain level one day, and I know I'm at this level, and it's a smaller level where my income is small, everything like that, I just feel
what else?
Right. I just feel like you got to be able to make some sacrifices and miss a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And lose a bunch of shit in order for you to one day be able to have it all.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Listen, I 100% understand what you're saying, and I think that part of my life and what people know about me, like I'm not a fashionable person, I'm not a dressing person, I'm not into jewelry, chains, cars, nothing. But I think that could have happened because I've always been a sacrificing person ever since I was actually a little kid. If I had to choose between something like, did I want these sneakers or did I want like fucking markers to learn how to draw better or airbrush machine or whatever it was, I was always a nigga. I was the nigga that didn't eat lunch at school so that I could take my lunch money and get an hour of studio time after 2 weeks of not eating.
Right. Correct.
Like that's how dedicated I was with shit like that. So I would never be a person that owns a studio, has all of the things that I've acquired. Sometimes you don't even realize, like you could get caught in an idea of thinking you're not where you want to be. And if you just stop and look around at everything and be like, I own everything that I'm fucking looking at. Like, you know what I'm saying? But those things was acquired from struggling. And for a person like me, I definitely am with the struggle, the sacrifice part, because I am finally at a point in life where I really don't gotta struggle. I only struggle sometimes because I'm sacrificing to get somewhere even further. If I just say, yo, I want to stop and just be a nigga that owns a popping studio and I just get my money and do it like that. But no, I always reinvest.
Right.
And then put more into it.
Listen, this is where the saying, living beyond your means comes in at. Because it's like you are really at level 2, level 3 in life. Where on level 2, level 3 in life, you ain't supposed to get steak all the time. It ain't supposed to be all steak, lobster, Jordans, Balenciagas, and all this shit. You on level 2, for real, in real life.
Right.
And you never gonna make it to level 10 because you don't know how to discipline and act on level 2.
Right.
Nigga, you're never gonna make it to level 3.
Exactly. It's just, you gotta know how to, and then you can't see some people, and this is another great saying that comes in here. A lot of people want to have a cake and eat it too. You understand what I'm telling you? You can't. And then people find themselves frustrated, either A, frustrated, either B, envious of others, 3, watching others. You're watching other people plate because you're waking up and you realize that ain't shit on your plate today because you had steak on your plate for 7 days.
That's really what
And
separates.
you can't afford steak like that.
Right.
That's really what separates like the people who make it and who are respected and the people who just do what they do and they don't level up. They don't get paid more eventually. They don't get more tip top of whatever talent they got going on. I remember when I first started kind of dancing after high school, I went and I auditioned for the Eagles cheerleading team and I made it to the top 60 3 years in a row and I never got put on the team. So I said, I'm not going to audition anymore. And then I found out the pay was kind of like not that good. And at that time, my mind, after 3 years, I was already like hustling, bartending, already being an entrepreneur. But I remember me and Stacia talk about it all the time, like looking back, and we would rarely go to parties on weekends because if we got booked to do anything, we was like, we're going to work. We would drive 2.5 hours to go freaking bartend a party. And we would show up early. We would be super nice, have the greatest time and not really make that much money, but we were so hype about making those connections and having possible work later. We were working every single weekend. We weren't going out in the clubs and partying. Right. And it was a little bit different because we did work in club environments, but I had such a hustle mentality and that thing like, yeah, I'm going to sacrifice because I want to go on vacation next year. And I'm pretty sure all y'all know in here, like, I love to travel. So I had to work a lot of hours. I had to, you know, bartend a lot. I had a full-time job. I had my side hustles, everything. And I would work so much. Times I wouldn't even like be sleeping. I would work like a Honda Day car show during the day, all day, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then I would have to drive straight to Atlantic City 2 hours and then go dance at Borgata at the nightclub and then like have to wake up at 6 a.m. I wouldn't sleep.
Right. The real grind.
I would not fucking sleep.
It's because you had a crazy hustle and not too many people had that. And can I ask you something? I'm pretty sure you had like your own, besides the girl you was out there with hustling, I know you had a group of friends around you, right? Your core friends. Did those friends come with you during that journey? Or did you have to leave some behind because of your hustle?
I definitely, it's not like leaving us behind. It's just like you kind of have nothing in common with somebody when they're not on the same page as you. So me and Stacia became so cool because me and her, like, she called me and be like, I need a dancer tomorrow. She know I'm never gonna say no.
Right. She's like, putting money in your pocket still, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to find friends that are really, you know, appreciate their friend being successful.
Yeah.
And I've gained a lot of my close friends as an adult because my childhood friends, when I was working and doing this and traveling and just like, you know, when I lived in California, I lost a lot of friends. When I came back, I only had the 2 friends that I had. But then once I got to a certain level and just doing well for myself and being able to do stuff for myself, they start looking at us different, right?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to relate to somebody that's not on the hustle. It's not hard to relate to somebody that's not willing to sacrifice because they look at you like, oh yeah, like that's cool, and they think partying is fun and being out there is fun. But at the end of the day, a year from now, you gonna be freaking in Croatia on a boat, and they gonna be in Miami still doing the same shit 2 years from now. Well, and then you can't relate to that person, so you kind of have.
Because you've experienced different things too. You look at that. You went to you went to Croatia. Your friends are still going to Miami. Like, you know, you're going to Yacht Week. They probably like, what the hell is Yacht Week? Like, I don't even know what that is.
And plus,
and you have to sacrifice to get there.
Yeah, but plus, since people don't see the struggle, right?
They only see the good stuff.
They only see the good stuff, right? And that could be partially our fault, right? Because we don't show it. And then some things, it would be like, how would I show this? Like,
it's not tangible.
How would I show my bill? Like, it would be kind of dumb for me to be showing my bills or whatever. But because people don't see the struggle and they only see that part, and they can't struggle, they don't think that's how you got there. People will always make an excuse and try to figure out why you got such and such. Oh, Chelsea Lee must got that because she fucking some nigga. Oh, this person must have got on this magazine because they fucking this person. Oh, they only did this because such and such was their uncle. They only got this because he owned the studio. It's always an excuse with a motherfucker.
And about 40% of the time, stuff does come from who you know and what you know, not always from talent. But you can't, like, at the end of the day, you gotta work to build connections.
Right.
Like, I tell people all the time, like, straight up, I've been DJing for almost 3 years and publicly for about 2. And I got at the Borgata and I got at Bally's in Atlantic City. And I know I'm not going to front and say I'm the best DJ out there.
No, you're the best. DJ Chelsea Lee.
I am the best. I am the baddest. I am the best. But when it comes to skill set, like, they didn't be like, find me on Instagram and be like, yo, we seen Chelsea. She's so good. Like, she going to win the battle of the year. We going to book her here. I worked in casinos and nightclubs for a long time. I've built up a communication with people. I built up a repertoire. I built up a respect. I built up a just like vibe with people where they know if they book me, if they have me there, like, I'm going to bring a certain type of energy. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to look good. Like, I'm going to be present. I'm going to put my energy into everything. And that comes from that hustling, those nights when maybe you didn't want to go out. You was like, oh, you know what? Let me sit when I get done work and go say what's up and have this communication with somebody. That's part of hustling too. Like, having conversations.
People don't respect the sacrifices and the grind enough, and that's where I was going next. Before you even, you ran down like some of your stuff and some of your grind, a lot of the hard work and moves you made to have to get to the level that you at, and they just don't respect it, man. And eventually it turns into the bullshit that you mentioned, bro. All the bullshit you mentioned, all the accusations, all these other assumptions, you know what I'm saying? Of why they're not seeing you anymore, of why they can't get you on the phone, right? But my thing is this, right? On a grind level, when I was making the sacrifices and when I had to stay up late in these studios and work the weekends at my job and not be at these parties with y'all wasn't with me neither. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? If you really don't make assumptions on why I ain't with you, why I ain't around, I'm on a super grind.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Right. Listen, I had to sacrifice. I wasn't at all the parties. I can't go to all the parties. I can't bust bottles every weekends, every night. I can't, it's my life just had to be different because of what I was trying to do. Listen, when it comes to sacrifices and people not understanding them, bro, I can't even get into my shit right now. I'd rather do it on a whole nother episode because we talking about 10 years of them. 10 years of them. Like right now, I'm about to hit 7,000 followers, right? And I'm proud of it. They organic, right? I sacrificed to get these 7,000 followers to build a unit where my company, Instagram is my company, that has 7,000 people checking for my company.
Right.
And now people just think, oh no, well, let's just hit Puerto Rich up. Let's just get it on Puerto Rich's page. Yeah. Let's just get Puerto Rich to do this. Let's just get Puerto Rich. That shit is so motherfucking like terrible. Like at the same time, when people know that you've been sacrificing, that you've been back to the wall, ashy knuckles.
People might not know you're sacrificing.
But my whole thing, listen, I know for me,
they just might think, it was easy, or it was this and that. People assume, like Dev said, they assume things.
I mean, but even that's bad. Even that's bad because that's where communication. That's where like communication comes in the key. Because I'm never gonna say nothing about none of my people bad that I don't know about because I ain't see you in a while.
Right.
Or because whatever the case, like I'm never off that. I don't feel like I'm mad at nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes you do hear the whispers and shit do get back to you, and it don't be like the most friendliest loving shit said about you being deep in your grind and you being on your bike and you being relentless with your shit because at the end of the day, you was like a lot of people, listen, for me, a lot of people dropped the ball when it came to when I came to people in the early years, in the early grind, and to talk about these sacrifices.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't just on it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to move forward, and don't get me wrong, God willing, my people was on other things. And that was the reason, because I'm understanding to that. I'm never in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? But sacrifices, man, hard. If you don't respect my sacrifices and my hard work, and if you don't at least try to communicate with me, to understand what I've done, if you don't know, then there's no way that a relationship, a friendship, or even a relationship would possibly even work in the long run.
Absolutely. Because what you just said spoke to me, because right now I'm in a room with people, and for my small audience that I do appreciate having, y'all are new people to my small audience, right? But you think if a person is I need y'all that's listening to just use your common sense and think, because sometimes I might get a comment in the beginning. Actually, everybody has been won over everybody by now, but people will be like, oh, who's this person on your show? I never heard of them. It was the same way you never heard of me. That doesn't mean a person wasn't working. If a person thinks that I ended up on a big, hit podcaster show for no fucking reason, you gotta be a fucking dummy. If you think that I was on a street corner, broken, fucked up, and niggas just found me just begging for money, you gotta be a fucking idiot. I was in certain rooms because of the fucking special work that I put in, and the people around me is in the room with me now because of the work they put in. You know what I'm saying? And what they showed me over the years. For real, the reason why I got this show moving so fast wasn't even just my last situation. It was because I've been trying to get Puerto Rich to do his own fucking show forever. And he wasn't with it. But I knew if I said, well, I'm doing my show, nigga, and you gotta be on it. That's my man, so he not gonna say no. So it's like I
Absolutely.
tricked him into this shit.
He definitely did, because we was definitely on the phone, and I'm like, Dev, man, I'm like, because I just got so much shit that I'm already, you know, hands on with, and family and life just kick in too, you know. But it's my brother, man. You know, he been there for me. You know what I'm saying? He's been there for me. We've had a relationship, and guess what? It's been a great relationship. It's a respectful relationship where we respect each other's businesses. I respect his craft. I respect his time. You know, and it just honestly,
People
it just gets better.
I say all that just to say in that situation that people are in the rooms they're in for a reason. Right. And when people assume like, oh, that would be like if this shit continues to go where it goes to, and Garnett does end up in Bad Boy 6. You know,
it's coming.
Yeah, it's straight to DVD.
It's coming.
Yeah. You know,
it's coming. We just see. Listen, you know, he like light, so we can see him thrown around all action movies.
But that's like a nigga saying like, well, the only reason why he was fucking in the Bad Boy joint because he was on the Devinwade Show. And it'll be like, yeah, but what you don't know is the reason why Devinwade is a podcaster is because Garnett Briscoe was a podcaster.
Right. Who you with?
And I was a behind the scenes nigga that said, yo, I want to buy into this podcast, bro. I want to be a partner with you in this podcast. And that's how that took place. So sometimes people don't know the whole history.
They never know.
At the end of the day, there's nothing worth having in life unless you have to sacrifice for it and work for it. Nothing. Like no relationship, no job, nothing.
And that goes both ways, because I got people in my life who I respect they sacrifices, man. I respect they grind. Where I hear people talk bad about certain people in my life, I've heard it, and I just be like, we can't be like that. Like, and maybe at one point I was young and naive, thinking like, oh, you know, whatever. Like, but nah. When somebody sacrifice and they live their life a different way from you, that's like somebody who chooses to not smoke, to not drink, to not do everything. That's like at the job, right? At the job situation, right? And I've talked about this with like some of my coworkers, but like at job situations, right? People go to work, right? And people will smoke cigarettes. People will, they get their hair done every day to go to work. They got to come in fly to go to work. They need fly sneakers to go to work, shit like that, right? But then they eat bullshit lunch. They got to make their lunch. They eat bullshit. You know, they eat the bodega sandwiches for like $3, right? Now my style is, I don't give a fuck. I go to work in the raggediest uniforms. You know what I mean? Most of the time, because I'm going to get dirty anyway, right? I sacrifice a lot of days, like, so I can be able to eat healthy. I know eating healthy is like expensive, you know, and sometimes we eat out, right? I don't smoke. I don't party every day. I don't got to get my hair done every night, or, you know, my hair cut every day. I let my beard grow out for 3 weeks sometimes, like I'm doing now, without a shape up. Like, so I sacrifice certain shit to be able to do certain other shit. Right. But then you'll have people that'll say, oh, you know who making the money in the company? Because they eat out every day. Well, fam, I eat out every day because I don't smoke bogeys every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can eat like me if you sacrifice one of those things and give one of those things up that is one of the many things that I've given up.
Right.
To be able to have the things that I want, like nice lunch every day and a new car. Because I'm focused on what's going in my body versus what's on my body.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't assume, bro. And you gotta listen, when you pick your way of life, you can't hate on nobody and be really like judging other people and be getting jealous.
Yeah. Because of what they pick and how they move.
Yeah, you fuck up the bag. Yeah. You fuck up your bags when you get them.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are, or, you know, he said jealous of is the lives that you see people living, you know, through the internet. You know what I mean? The internet is a crazy thing. I wanted to talk about cyber stalking.
Break that down.
Oh my God.
The cyber stalk game.
I know exactly what he's saying. Like, cyber stalking is like, I just feel like it's like real. Like, and even when what I get out of cyber stalking is, and what me and Deb was kind of like chit chatting about it a little earlier, was just like for instance, like when you know, because I've watched how I've been on like social media, right? And I done had ex-girlfriends, girls that I dealt with, and I can't even like post a picture of me and my shorty without 7 motherfuckers from my area following her.
The wolves.
You know what I'm saying? The wolves coming out, right?
You want to know who's guilty of that?
Oh, well, we all.
Hold on, no. I want to put somebody out there.
No, do it, because it's a method behind my madness.
Listen, let me tell you something.
It's rules.
You might as well just do the call. You might as well just do the call.
Nah, Nah, go ahead.
Because that's what I hear. Because that's what that's what I would
Just
hear
spit it out.
if I go on the shorty page and I see that like that says Sherlock on board.
But how did you get there? Wait. I see damn name everywhere, bro.
No, you don't.
My thing
Or you
is,
might see the
listen,
Devinwade Show now.
Listen,
on his page.
Listen, I was thinking about this same shit. I was thinking about this same shit when Track said on the episode that just aired, when Track said about, he wouldn't talk to nobody else's, one of his homies' girls. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't his girl, then it'd probably be a different story. But his homie, somebody who he got love for, and he knew that was something serious for him, he would never cross the line, would never violate. And I just feel like that's how I am. You know what I'm saying? And I be feeling like, when do you ask or when do you know? How do you know? Like, if you see me post a picture with a shorty or you see me doing something with a shorty, even like if I'm making music with somebody or something, how do you know if I'm just making music with her and just a friend? Or how do you know if I'm fucking her and that's a whole situation? Like, that's my thing right now. Right. And when is it respectful to ask? Or do you just assume and move in? Because I already know what I've been trying. Like, I've seen it happen, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. They really make me feel like sometimes like I'm really like the blueprint.
No,
like Blueprint Porter. And I really be like, I'm really like, that's really like my alias right now. Like, it's really like my main joint, like Blueprint Porter, because I've been doing this shit for a decade. And motherfuckers know, and motherfuckers don't be talking about it sometimes. I done put a lot of people together. People met because of me. A lot of people.
Let them know.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as this shit go, I just feel like, when is it a respect level if we respectful and we homies? Because I'm going to ask my homie, like I said earlier, I'm going to ask my homie and say, yo, bro, like if I like her and I don't know where you stand with her, if she was just for everybody or she's something serious, I'm going to ask you before I make a move.
Nigga, I'll ask immediately.
Right.
You know what I mean? It depends on the relationship. If that's the relationship, because, all right, so it's two levels to this, right? It could be two things. Even if it was like, if I saw Garnett and Garnett had a homie, and his homie not really cool, I don't know that nigga really like that, and I see him next to something, I'll go to Garnett. That's how far it'll go. Like, that's how respectful I'm gonna go. I can't even do that to Garnett homie joint with Garnett's homies joint. So I'm gonna go to Garnett and be like, yo, what's up? Is your homie, is that his girl? Right. Or, and he gonna be like, oh nah, that's such and such, or yeah, that's his girl. So I'm definitely gonna go to Garnett and be like, yo, Garnett, what's up with such and such, dog? I need to know. You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing is, bro, is I know, and I say this and I talk about this because don't get me wrong, it's nothing. Like it's internet shit, right? It's social media shit. It's really like nothing. But for me, it's nothing for me because I'm a giant to this peon shit. Like, I got super thick skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my whole thing was, and I'm not that type to do it. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing was I know a lot of these dudes, right? And I know they be having they little shorties, right? They little girlfriends. And they be having like little side joints that I know they might got feelings for. The mistress too, right? And I just know, like, when y'all be friend requesting like my little peoples and doing shit like that, I know. Like, and if I felt like you really like trying to violate, like, I'm a Lawrence Taylor your bitch. I'm telling you. And if you can't get the translation, I'm going to tackle your bitch.
Yo, it is the crazy
part. I don't be on it. I don't be sending. I see it happen over the years. I ain't talking about nothing recent. I'm talking about no recent shit. It's over the years. You got to understand that I've been wanting to get on like a podcast. Yeah. I've been having so much shit in this fake ass world that I be wanting to talk about and address because I've been quiet my whole career. All I gave y'all was bars. Yeah. I ain't want to talk and really even get to know nobody.
He ain't looking at Garnett like keep going.
Real talk, because these niggas would be in their feelings. If a nigga like me, especially a nigga who they know is a threat, start hitting your bitch, friend requesting your bitches, or whatever the case may be.
But you notice that a lot of times with this, just like we talked about with the jail shit earlier, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be repeat offenders most of the time. Like, it usually within the crew. It be the same nigga. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Niggas will be like, yo, man, my John says such and such.
Man,
was in her DM, and then I hear from another homie. Yo, come on, what's up with homie, man?
I don't want to hear
talking about me.
No. Real clear. We definitely not talking about Garnett.
Man, I don't want to hear nothing, man. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no sucker shit.
Wait, so Dev said cyber stalking, right? I wanted to ask Wally real quick before I forget. I've had guys DM and they be having conversation with themselves for like 6 months and I never respond. That's considered cyberstalking, right?
No. That's wild.
That's cold.
Like they'll be like, "Hey, what's up, beautiful?"
Yeah, that's heavy.
Later.
Cold call.
How you
That's
doing?
heavy. He should chill. He needs to know when to chill.
But
That's the definition of cyberstalking.
That's the definition of cyberstalking because it comes our pages are public.
Yeah.
Right? It comes up in that request.
Public figures, boo. Okay.
Bitch.
And it's definitely wet.
Listen, in my early years online, I was a little bit out of control. I had to snap into control, and it wasn't even nothing crazy. I would slide in a DM or inbox or two, but it would be like a, "Hey, how you doing? You be looking decent in your pictures. I was just saying what up." But once I don't get no reply, I'm gone. I got respect for myself.
I don't. I just press unsend a message nowadays.
No, but no bullshit. Like, I'm gone. Like, I'm in the win with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got respect for me. And plus, I'm just not harassing nobody like that. I can take rejection. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can take rejection.
We're going to tell you. I'm gonna read one that be...
Holy shit.
That I'm going to have Chelsea read one and then...
Oh, shoot.
Man, read that, the joint you sent me the other day. Oh, my God.
The worst ones are on Facebook.
I'm going to read this one,
yeah,
right?
but you got... Go ahead.
I don't have any service down here.
Go ahead.
He goes, "Good morning. I'm wondering if you are currently single or dating. I would love to get to know you and possibly build from there." Didn't respond.
Wait.
Pull yours up.
No, I have some.
Oh, but I'm the one that
I have
Puerto
people
Rich
that
is
will
talking about,
message me, DM me 3 messages. And
I
be
mean,
like, "You're not following back?"
one little message,
I don't know who you are.
too long as it ain't, if it like they ain't get bitter, I guess whatever. But after that, my guy, she not hitting back. Like,
Now
like,
my girl
it's
has
plenty
shown
of fish
me.
in the sea.
My girl has
Plenty of
shown
fish.
me shit where a nigga will just be every day, "Hi, beautiful."
Yes.
This and that, like forever.
I
and
know,
just,
I literally have that.
Now that they got the fucking joint where you could call people through the IG, niggas will try to call.
What?
My girl like, "Yo, answer this." Yo, I take the joint and be like, "What's up?" Niggas just hang up, bomb. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas will try to call through the fucking Facebook,
Gotta
anything.
have discipline.
Yo.
Where's the
You got
discipline?
to. You
Where's
found
the
yours,
discipline? Where's the Where's the discipline? Where's the self-respect?
I'm gonna read the one that I sent to Puerto Rich. This person responded. This is the person that
I like this guy.
But
I like this guy.
This is the same guy that asked me if the corona don't kill me, can he take me out? This is the same guy.
He's swaggeristic.
This is the same guy, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
He
Shout
said
to
that.
homie.
I didn't say anything. So then I posted the podcast the other day. He said, "I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in just for you, wifey." Okay. Then he goes, "Saks Fifth gonna need a first aid after me and you. Me and you fuck it up together."
He said
Fake flexing.
Listen, he said they're gonna get fucked. They
Stop.
gonna fuck it up.
Nah,
It's gonna
but-
need first aid,
How
nigga.
he sending it to Richie?
Nah,
Because
he wordy.
He
My
is
phone's
a
not
constant
loading.
one. He be boop,
The
boop,
craziest
boop,
part
boop,
would
boop.
be if you ran into this nigga in public, right? And he was really like the dopest, coolest nigga in the world. And he was like, "Listen, you just the way I saw you just brought the like corny out me. You feel what I'm saying? Like it just brought the corny out me. I ain't know what else to do. I was
I mean, that
motherfucking
Corona joint wasn't even corny.
Yeah, like, look,
Yeah,
I was
but
if
flustered.
Corona don't
He
take
did
you
this-
out, I will.
Yeah,
You
yo.
basically saying if I die,
Listen, he just going
No,
with the
but
times. It was just
listen,
swaggy.
that was bars. Actually,
Yeah, that was bars. He gave
if
you like
Corona
bars.
don't take you out, I
Yeah,
will.
he
You
wasn't
feel what
really
I'm
like
saying?
hoping
listen,
you
shout out to
pass.
you. You know who you are.
Right,
They
he was
giving you props
swaggy
right now.
Nah, he was swaggy.
Listen, man.
He was
'Cause-
swaggy.
No, because let's be honest. Once again, we talked about this before. It depends on who's behind the message. Because I've seen niggas with corny game that had the look get away with any motherfucking thing.
Telling my life.
Or the bag. Or the bag. Or the bag.
Yeah. You know
Or
what I'm
the
saying?
I've seen dudes stone cold, really like don't got no game, just the bag.
Listen, if Will Smith was in the inbox and said, "If the corona don't take you out, I will," I think you going on a helicopter.
Yes.
date.
Smoothest line ever.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Smith, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's why,
what
listen,
I'm saying.
In fact, I might just call out of work, be like, "Listen, I ain't even calling out. I'm just going."
That's
Bye.
how you know it's really like levels to life, man. And you really gotta find what works for you, because some, like, let's say like some dudes that just got the bag and that's what they swing around the bag. It's some girls that just want the bag. So find them and they for you. But then there's dudes that really got the charisma. character, conversation, articulate, charming, and it's women that look for that and they want that, and they the same way. They pretty much vice versa.
And it's women that don't look for that, but those combinations,
they love it.
It's overwhelming.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'll tell you this, that was my thing. I'm a regular looking dude, but I always had the craziest selection, and it was like ridiculous. And this goes back to what Rich was talking about, the cyber part. The cyber part in real life was the timing was together, right? But the thing that'll piss you off with the cyber part is every time you bring something up and you pop up on a picture with something, all your niggas is going hunting on your pictures.
I actually promote that though. Because the things that I'm hunting for, they ain't on my page. So I don't even care.
I mean, that's cool. But what I'm saying
that's
is,
my method.
what it is a lot of times those dudes are the same ones when you in regular, like tangible life, not the internet. They never bring nothing to the table. And what I mean by that is like, I'll be the nigga that throw the party, had an event. I got 5 or 6 chicks that I fuck with or interested in me or whatever coming to this event.
Right.
Then all the chicks that's coming is always from me. But my boys, you know what I'm saying? It'll be niggas that don't bring nothing. You got certain niggas that's going to bring something.
And they going to try to get your pickings.
We would throw the Jones, Garnett going to bring something. I'm not even going to put certain niggas out there, but a Garnett going to bring something. He not going to just bring one for him. And then, or don't have nothing and scavenge. And what happens is sometimes
Scavenge.
Scavengers. So what happened is niggas are scavengers. But what I learned was you, Rich, and this guy might be happening with you. You can have such a surplus that people don't think they disrespect, but not to be disrespectful.
Right.
They look at it like, I mean, Dev ain't gonna care. Like he got like 18 Jones.
No.
Niggas actually say that.
No, listen.
Like,
No.
He got a wife anyway.
No. Listen, that happened to me in real life.
Right.
My girl, I court the. I was Gary. It was rough with me and my ex. I'm not saying which names. It was rough with me and one of my exes, and this was the second time I came to the crib. And it was a dude at the crib. And don't get me wrong, I was in the streets knee deep. I wasn't there for, so I could get it why it happened. I understand it now looking back. But at that moment, you know, and I was ripping and running. And that's why the kid said what he said. But I see this guy. I know the guy. We start arguing. I'm like, yo, what's up? Why you even here? And then I'm like, matter of fact, because I never really do it with the guy. It's not him. So I'm at her. Yo, the fuck is going on? Why? What's up? Then I hear the guy like, yo, Rich, chill, man. He like, Rich, come on, man. You got a lot of girls. I said, in front of my girl.
He crazy.
I started trying to choke him.
Did you have a lot of girls? He did.
No. I swear to God, I didn't. But I was out in the street and I was hanging with my homie, rest in peace, who name on my arm, and he was getting buku bread. Him, you know, the family was doing great, and we was just in the streets. I was really like, listen, when I'm a loyal person. It's not easy for me to just go cheat on my girl. Like I got a conscience. I've been at a broad crib and was about to cheat and really thought about it and knew that my girl was at home and that she ain't done shit foul. And I got the fuck out of there. Like, and don't get me wrong, I've also cheated.
I was just about to say Puerto Rican men don't cheat, but fuck it.
I'm not going to sit and try to like play no fake shit. I've also cheated. It's just levels to that shit. Well, a lot of times when I cheated, it was friction in that shit. She was playing too. Yeah. She was playing too, and when I know you playing, I'ma play. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to play. That's why it's no need to even. That's why the best way is to be brutally honest.
Right.
It's no need to even play because once you start. You know, little weird shit. We at the table, your phone down. The goofy shit, the childish shit. Yeah. That shit is childish. That shit, I don't even want to see your phone. I'll never go through a woman's phone again in my life.
But the reason why your homie, said that he probably did still feel that way about you. And
he wasn't my homie. He was trying crack, but he was over there for her.
Well, yeah, whatever it was.
Wasn't my homie.
Well, whoever the nigga is, he felt like, yo. You got all the bitches, but and niggas. But I'm saying, but even the niggas that might be stalking you, because we staying on the cyber stalking, right? If they see you, sometimes they don't feel like they're violating as much because it's like, nah, man, bull got a whole joint. He don't care. And they don't got nothing. It's like it's like this. I got a whole refrigerator full of beers. You don't feel a way about taking one of my beers. You like, Dev, is 40 beers in there, right? That's how niggas used to feel. And I remember like having to have that communication with even good friends because I would bring things around or whatever like that. Or and then niggas would see them and think it was kind of open season because it's like every day we see Dev with something different.
Listen,
like
me personally, I don't have nobody that has violated me or anything. I just felt it was a healthy ass topic because I know that there's certain people out there, right, that done, follow my ex-girl. I remember my ex-girl when people was following, I was posting pictures. This was my girl. They knew this was my girl. This wasn't no fucking little, my homie. Right. It could have been, this was my girl. And I know that there's certain people out there that if I go hit that motherfucking follow button on the shorty that I know that they be posting the picture, the shorty that they had a baby with, shit like that, I know niggas gonna be like, man, what is Porter doing?
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So my whole thing is this. We get in this little piece of the topic with don't do to nobody what you don't want done to you, man.
The simplest shit, the shit your mom taught you.
Don't do to nobody what you don't want done to you. Because if you're jumping your feelings over anything, some of these dudes are jumping their feelings over their side, bitch, man.
It's different psychology behind that too, man, because a lot of times people don't realize that you bring reality to their fantasy land. And what I mean by that is it could be a girl that they think that is way out of their league. They wouldn't even try them. But since they know you and they saw that she's standing next to you, it's a real thing. I got a chance, and this is my chance now.
Oh my God.
So they're going to violate you because it's like, wow, like, if he can get her, I can get her.
And
but
then look,
wasn't even there.
and then I'm going to throw that 72 on, and I'm going to tackle that bitch. I'm a Lawrence Taylor, they bitch.
To sack people.
Yeah, because I'm a New York Giant, they bitch. I'm a Giant.
Yo, that's kind of wild because a high level, like this, my real peoples. We still to this day super peoples. And I had a high level, a person, a known person that I dealt with. And that made people feel comfortable too because people feel like a person that's known to the world is everybody's. In a sense. And now you bring this person into the normal world. They come from the TV world, right? And then they couldn't bring into the normal world. And then I saw kind of like girls I knew that was attracted to her that was kind of plotting. Like, I'm talking to my shorty and it's like, oh, we gonna go do this for a beach day or whatever. And I already know what the motive is. I know my female homie is on savage time. And I had to even have that conversation with him like, yo, what you doing? You got to treat this the same way it would be if it was, exactly. Teresa from up the block. You can't do, you know what I'm saying? And in their mind, they really was a little bit blinded by the position that the woman was in. It was looking like, oh shit, she coming in town. You know what I'm saying? Yo. And they was trying to bust moves.
This the main reason on social media, right? Why people either don't post their significant others at all and keep they motherfucking private life private, which I don't think is a bad thing. A private life is a happy life. Or B, people post their significant others and got to do weird shit like not tag them. They definitely don't tag them. But then even C, motherfuckers will post a picture of their significant other and cover their face.
I seen
Put
that.
a whole emoji over their face.
No face, no trace.
This because
That's weird.
Exactly, because we live in, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say, we trying to aim to go to a positive world. But we live in the most part a somewhat negative world that thrives off negativity, controversial shit. And for a long time, we've been trained to hate each other.
When you gotta hide a person, you know what I'm saying? If your situation is a little bit fickle, right? So check this out. This is the thing that women do. They don't show the nigga. They show themselves in the car. They always position their head where you can see the emblem of whatever that car is in their headrest. And they might have the dude's hand where his watch is like a rollie, but not show the nigga. They kind of want to just show you that they riding with something heavy.
All that shit is weird.
But the crazy part is bitches is investigators anyway. I ain't going figure.
If
You just brought them that close.
If you gotta hide a nigga, right? Let me tell you something, ladies and men. If you gotta hide a nigga, or you gotta hide a female, right? Then what that says is that you believe it's somebody to fuck out there that could take your bitch or take your nigga. Because you hiding them. You hide them. And that means either that or you got a weak nigga or a weak bitch. Because you feel like if the certain motherfucking that hit them, they might bite.
Yeah,
and that's why the fuck you hiding them.
And so
fuck all that.
We want to jump into this next thing, man. And Chelsea brought it up. Friends of the opposite sex. This could get touchy.
What about it? What about them?
Not touchy in the touch way.
What about them?
I don't know. I just wanted to know your guys' opinion
About
on
what? Yeah.
It's
if
hard.
you're in a relationship, like at what point, or is it respectful, if you're the girl and you have a boyfriend and he has a girlfriend he likes going hanging out with, like that definitely can be sticky and uncomfortable, and it for the other way around. But what do you guys think about that? Like if you had a guy friend for like years that maybe you slept with 10 years ago, but you're still friends with.
Hold on, you just took it. So that's two different. You just wait. Hold on, wait. You just upped it. Let's stick on level one. Hold on. Let's go to level one.
If you slept with them, that's a different kind of friend.
So level one. So
let's go to level one first,
which is just having a friend of an opposite sex.
Oh,
right?
friends of the opposite sex. Yes, but I was saying on two levels. Like, what if there was something before a long time ago, or if you just have a guy friend and y'all just go out to eat and go out to the movies or go have a drink, like,
and don't do nothing.
Still, like that, you could still have that thought in your mind. So
for me,
if you're in a relationship, would you like your significant other to have a opposite sex friend that they just go hang out with?
Listen, for me, where I'm at in my life and where this world is at right now. Mm-hmm. I feel like kind of like for me, unless she's super dope and I'm willing to like really like go down this dark road again. And it's a dark road because you never know what's coming out. But I feel like relationships is damn near dead. I feel like we might as well just be like either friends or we gonna go ahead and work on this real shit. Like we about to get like married.
But
and in order to do that, of course, we got to get to know each other because you're not gonna marry no stranger.
Right.
And I just feel like while we getting to know each other, like.
No, in general.
Because if you gotta listen,
she's saying in general, like if
you gotta have like all these male friends and like different male friends.
No, you don't have to have a bunch of male friends, but if you
just
dating
saying,
a girl,
even if it was one nigga,
even if it was just one guy that she's been friends with, would you be okay with her?
Well, Puerto Rico, you're my friend,
right? That's where I want to get to.
I introduce you to my people.
Right.
You come to my house.
That's a different level.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's cool. That's cool. That's kind of like cool to a certain extent.
He's always gonna be around though. He's always gonna be around.
That's kind of like cool to a certain extent. I feel like if you bring them to the picture and I get to meet them and now we all become friends, then that can be workable. But when you having this male friend and he's not gay and he's just your friend,
right? And
I never really like he don't.
Well,
me
you
and
have
him
to
don't.
Meet them.
Me and him don't really have a relationship. That shit ain't working.
But that's what I'm saying.
So hold on. So yeah, that's the difference. So I want to keep this like keep it focused on what we talking about, and it makes sense to say that. You and Richie, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, he always gonna be around. That's your peoples like that. Right. We all right now are in a room in a group of friends of males and females, and there's more of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that can be a threatening situation to people, and I 100% understand why. If you got a bunch of dope people that chill together, attractive people that. Let's not be naive to people could recognize and see, oh, this person's bad, this person's this or that. So it's not a clear-cut answer to that. I know with me, there is situations where it be but like certain people that I had to like nix, I had to like literally give them the head, the fucking, no, I'm talking about the fucking axe, cut their head off. They'll probably, if we put it like this, if me and my girl now, who I hope to marry and all of that, if something happened and we wasn't together, me and that person is, we never gonna be friends, because of the way I cut. You don't cut them. But then there's certain people that you want to preserve it so bad because that's like, no, this is my nigga to the point where I need you to have a relationship with them. This my nigga, when we get married, this woman will be probably in our wedding is something that I need. I need you to
Or
take
if
this
me and
person.
you not talking, this still gonna be my friend at the end of the day.
Man, the last girls that I've dealt with for about the last 4 or 5 years, Wally knew all of them.
Yeah.
Met down there, everyone.
Yeah.
She knew my baby mom.
I guess it
that's
also
the
depends on how you met that person and what that person does and where your relationship stemmed from.
See,
I don't that's a little different because how me and Richie met, we
Can't count
met.
that.
We, you know, he
That's
probably
what I'm
thought
saying.
I was
It
attractive,
depends on-
but it never, we
Right.
never
Cross that line.
crossed that line.
Right. Yeah,
But
because
it
definitely
depends
met.
on-
We definitely met like we're like the average people would have met, and everybody would have thought they would have been messing around.
right.
No, I'm saying it depends. Like if I'm in a relationship with you, Porta, and Dev is my friend, and
He
it
can be.
depends on how you met him. Like if we was out in the club and we was drunk and you thought we was being flirty and you met him, then you're probably gonna be like, nah, I don't want him hanging
fuck
out with
that
you.
nigga.
No.
But if you meet him in
Dev
a professional,
can't be your friend. He's
that's
a
what
freak.
I'm saying.
I heard about the shit they do with their meats. Chelsea, we're not
That's
going
what
to
I'm saying. But if you
that.
met
It'll
him
be
in
over.
like a
Yeah,
I'm letting you know it'll be over.
it is kind of bad to have friends with loose meats. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just throwing their meats up.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because then it's like you follow the nigga on Instagram. He done meet it.
I think it needs to be a line of communication when it comes to that. Like if that legit it has nothing, if there was ever anything, of course you wouldn't bring that person around. And I wouldn't, if there was something between me and say me and Garnett had a situation, right? But we just cool
Keep
now.
telling my life,
I'm not gonna bring him around my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, yo, like I got a man right now. Like we can't, we got history. Like I can't even. But if it's just strictly platonic and we're just friends and we cool, but I can definitely because he gonna be
All
gonna
that
be
shit
all
gets
friends.
sticky.
Garnett,
though.
can you?
I had a
hold on.
situation. I had a situation
I gotta get
like
my
that.
boy thoughts. Like, can your girl have some friends? What's up?
Nah, I feel the same way that y'all feel. That's why I'm not even chiming in. Where it's like it all depends on the context of it. Like I would have to definitely meet that person. I would have to fill that person out to see exactly what it is. I need to know where this relationship stemmed from, so I could start thinking like me because he's a man too. I understand exactly what's going on, how roles can be played.
And I've played a long game, and I've definitely won in the long game a lot of times.
I've been him and been winning
Yes.
before, so it's like
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
That's
you try to
that's
use
all
your
it's-
best judgment and say, I meet this nigga and I see what it is, and not be naive. Say, I'm
Right.
pretty sure that when this person did this, but what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna bring you in that fold.
Right.
What's up, my nigga? The worst thing that person could do is push the person
Yeah.
away to where
And-
he's like, guess what? He ain't my nigga. So guess what? If y'all ever do break up, I'm doing that. Nah, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be a thing where nigga, you in this fool.
That's
You
what I'm
sitting
gonna
at this.
say.
You sitting at this dinner table, and a lot of times you could actually end up getting real cool with the nigga, or you be upset that your girlfriend and your favorite girlfriend is like always off and doing shit. Like, damn, y'all fucking leaving me. You know what I'm saying?
It's some people that will tell the whole truth by not even doing a lot. And I look at signs where it's like, oh, he don't even want to look me in my eye. He don't even want this situation with me in it.
Nigga,
what's going on?
Hold on, nigga. You never did. Hold on, you never did
Right.
that, nigga. Hold on, you never did that, nigga.
Did what?
I do that, nigga.
Oh, no,
I'll dodge.
no,
Listen,
no,
I will
no.
dodge a chick's
And
boyfriend
that's how
like
I
you
know.
wouldn't believe.
That's how I
If I
But
like
why?
No, because I'm telling you why. If I
Sniper
like
mode.
Chelsea, if I'm friends with Chelsea, but the whole time I'm like, I'm plotting, man. One day I just want to
Right.
get Chelsea.
That's why you
and
ducky.
Chelsea do come around. I'm spinning like I
Right.
will moonwalk out the room
Right.
so smooth where me and that nigga never even shook
Right.
hands. I like to be like, I never
You
shook
not
hands
even
with
gonna
you.
be able
And
to
then,
say
and
well.
then, and then I know that if my woman thinks that I should respect that and that should be cool and I should accept that you fucking him. You fucking him. If you try and
I did
convince
that.
me to accept that,
Yeah.
you fucking him.
Yeah, I try to be ninja move, spin out before a nigga even notice that I'm in the
And
situation.
no.
Like-
the thing is too, that's a like you said, long game. Like people do that off potential too, where they may not even had anything with that person yet, but they're preparing to the just in case. Where it's like, yo, I don't even want her to feel like, well, I can't do that because you know my ex and that's wrong and that's that. I know dudes that'll be like, nope, I don't want nothing to do with him.
I've had interest in women that I've seen even from a long shot, like I know shorty from online, or I got a line to shorty, or we do be in the same area. Oh, that's her nigga. Keep him far away from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want to know that nigga. Oh, you know him, Garnett? Keep that nigga away from me.
Listen,
if that nigga
that's the best bet when you live in a small area. You meet somebody close in your area, and she be like, oh, well, I used to mess with some dude, or I talked to some dude, and we ain't in a situation, but we talk. Your best bet is to don't even ask who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Especially if you know, like for me, like, it's weird because to me that's still kind of like if you think you know a nigga or whatever. But
would you rather the girl be honest though?
I mean, my whole thing is like
especially if it's a nigga from your hood, you might not be his friend.
I would rather her
like,
be honest.
I dealt with such and such.
Yeah, I would rather her be honest.
Some situations is fucking like so overlapped and crazy with large groups of people.
Right.
It might be a situation where like we talk about the level 2 that Chelsea talking about, where you fucked with a person in a circle and you can't escape the circle. You would have to cut off the entire
Every
circle
circle,
because the whole thing come as a package. It's a package. It's like
Is he
it's
or
like,
she sacrificial though?
So what happens is it's like that nigga run. I chill with Garnett's one of my best friends. Porter's one of my best friends. The other boy is my ex dude is they other homie. When I go to an event or I have to go here, we all frequent the same places. They're in the mix of it. Like, how do I tell them don't invite him? That's where the shit get. Cause my girl will do this like this. My girl got her whatever her previous situations is. She got male friends that she cool with and all of that. And luckily, like, one of my homies, I know him. I got a separate relationship with him. I knew him since he was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like Nye and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that's my nigga from
Uncle Nye.
So Uncle, that's a whole story. We're gonna tell that story.
Shout out to him too.
Yeah, shout out to him. But you know, so it's just like, okay, this is a person that I know like that, and I've known him since he was a kid. I was an adult, and he was a younger person or whatever. But there's other niggas that will be around. And if I know, like,
you talking about Nairi or Matrix?
I'm talking about Nah, big Nah. Come on, man.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. We talking about Big Nah. You know what I'm saying? He's like a lineman's. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's go back a few episodes. He's lineman, so he would be one of the your other friend would probably want to lick his butt or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is he's got the description of like what you was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So what I'm saying is
licking a lineman's ass is crazy.
I'm just saying that's what she said before. But I say that to say it'll be niggas in the crew that I know, like, this is her peoples. These is her friends. And I saw her in pictures with these people before I had her. Mm-hmm. I know like these is her homeboys and people she chill with, and now it'll be somebody in that crew that'll be like, nah, this is my ex dude. So now when they have something and it be like, yo, they having a fight party, the first thing she asks, is so-and-so gonna be there? Nah. Yep. I ain't with it. If it's a thing where he ain't there, you know, I'll come through. If he there, nah, out of a respect situation.
Is
you know
there
what I'm saying?
a time limit on if you did mess with somebody and you, let's say you mess around with them and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later, you guys are still cool? Like, not like best friends, but you might, when holidays come around, Merry Christmas, blah, 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 like, let's go get a drink once every 2-3 months. Like, if you tell your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, yo, we slept together 10 years ago, like,
it could be,
we haven't slept together now. Is that still like no? Or if it's like, I know we slept together last year, no, you're not gonna hang out with that person. But if it's 10 years old, does that like?
So for me, it's really like a no. For me, it's really like a no, because I know what that can of open worms do. I know that can could possibly reopen at any time. Like I just feel like y'all already crossed that road. Y'all already like got that. Y'all been in each other's souls.
I actually
like,
want to say this too. And
different.
And for feeling that way, that don't make you insecure at all either.
Yeah, right. And for me, it's respect, man.
Yeah, that's
it's
respect.
I don't want to feel like my girl, my wife. You like the biggest, like one of the biggest trophies in my life. I don't want to feel like I'm getting.
If something was 10 years old and that was somebody that you might have shared a connection with, but never went back to that again, your significant other is telling you, I don't want you hanging out with that person. That's a little bit like kind of unfair. I would never tell somebody.
I'm gonna keep it real. I want to disagree with you.
Yeah, I know you want to disagree because I see it.
No, I want to, but I get it. Because what happened was we all had a journey that we was on, you know, at a
10
certain
years
point.
ago, and we all change and
especially
grow.
when I think about how old I am, and I think about a friend that I might have dealt with when I was 20 years old, because I was just a nigga. We was living, we was growing, we was growing up together. We was the people that was around.
That's what I'm saying.
And then that turned into nothing. It was like a part of growing up. And now, like, look, listen, I get it.
All I can hear is conversations. Like, remember when we used to fuck?
No.
Because when you was 20 years old, you didn't even know how to fuck.
No, listen. Hold on. First of all,
remember when?
Listen.
I was out here being a
You thought you knew how to fuck.
Why would he even bring that up, though?
Listen.
Remember when we used to slob like when we
I'm
kissed when
only
we was
saying
young?
that because I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I have a friend that we dated when we were like 2008.
Well, listen,
and we haven't had any type of nothing up until this day. So I can't allow someone that I'm with to come into my life.
10 years ago.
Listen,
that's why you said that.
Chelsea, I will say,
remember what it was like.
Chelsea, I will say maybe like some young shit. Like you was like teenage type shit. Like let's say
we was 19 years old. I'm now 31. Like I don't even remember what that experience was like. But I pretty much known that person since 6th grade.
I still gotta have a relationship with him too.
There's no problem with that. There's no problem with that. What I'm saying
but hold on, wait. But then that could be toxic too. Because then what happens when you do have that relationship with that person and he is cool and y'all cool or whatever, and now the same mindset, you gotta keep replaying that it's the best man John, you know what I'm saying? You getting married or whatever the case may be, and you keep painting these crazy pictures in your head, Rich.
Who, the boyfriend?
Of him hitting you from the back in the dorm room back in, or with some NSYNC posters.
Don't get me wrong, I've had, being young when I was like 18, I've had my issues in relationships with insecurities and shit like that, being overprotective. But I've grown out of that, and I know that everything is a risk.
I just want to say this real quick for this. I think that the answer to this for me is people gotta kind of make judgment calls as intelligent people as well with each situation. Because if I'm in if I go somewhere and I'm in a bowling alley or whatever and I run into it's Garnett.
I have a real story like that.
Look, it's Garnett, it's everybody. I walk up, it's a crowd there. Such and such is there too. Like a chick that's like, I did fuck with her 15 years ago. I did fuck with her 10 years ago. And everybody's whoop whoop, hello. Does she walk up, hug that? I don't, especially a nigga like me that lived the life that I live. If I'm sitting here telling my girl every time we in the vicinity of a chick that I fuck, what you think this gonna be like? Like we everywhere. I mean, I'm talking about. Come on, man. I was DevNasty. Like everywhere is just gonna be like. Because I'm not even gonna let I'm not dealing with this person right no more. And I'm not going to ever let you even fall into a close scenario where you and this person end up. Now that's where I would have to be like, yo, I used to fuck with her.
Wait, I had a real live situation just like that. Real quick, I was out with my boyfriend at the time, and we were at a bar. And he's like, oh, this is my friend, blah, blah. Like, let's take a shot together. She's graduating, blah, blah. Okay. Comes over to me, just me and him, and says, oh, I used to fuck her. Or I used to fuck with her. And I just was like, was that necessary for me to know this at that moment? Like, should I wild out right now, or should I respect that you told me that? I'm mad confused. Oh, but we're still friends, and we used to fuck around because we lived together in college, but we don't fuck around anymore. But that's still my people's. And
this was your man?
Yeah. Like, I felt like I don't know how I felt because he was like, "Oh, I respected you
Where
because I'm
she
telling
just came
you."
out of nowhere?
It just came, we was out at a bar and she was there
Randomly. She was there. Yeah.
and we was there and we had a shot with up, introduced us, and then came back and said to me in my ear like, "Yo, I used to fuck with her."
He
like,
wanted to
in the middle of that moment that night when we was having fun. A part of me was like so fucking disgusted, and another part of me was like, I get where he's
respected it.
coming
So,
from, but
that's-
also like it was a little bit unnecessary, and still wanted to continue to be friends with her.
But it wasn't unnecessary if a person has more like more leaning towards Rich's outlook. He felt like, I want to get ahead of this now because I don't want you at the end of the night going past this person exchanging phone numbers. He literally was trying to be like proactive, like, I just want to make this clear right now. That bitch right there, me and her fucked around 12 years ago.
But I felt like he only said it because he wanted to continue that friendship with her.
I felt
and
like,
I didn't say, no, you can't be friends with her, even though they have fucked 2 years ago, because I was like, what kind of person would I be? So that comes back to the beginning conversation of saying, if you told me you fucked 2 years ago, should I be cool with you hanging out with them? No.
that's why for me it's a no, because the way you making it sound, the
It's
way
a
I
no
think,
for me,
until you could tell me if I'm
That's
right or
what I'm
wrong.
saying.
Listen,
So I
you
should
could
have been like-
tell me if I'm right or wrong, because the way you make
Because
it,
he only said it to make the point clear that
All right.
we used to fuck around, we don't no more, but I'm still going to be her friend.
Nah, like, listen, you see somebody, you ain't seen him in a while that you used to fuck with, okay? Me and you in the club, it's a guy, he like, hey, what's up? First of all, us taking the shot alone in the beginning is enough, right? That's enough. We're gonna do the you want to take a shot with him? Okay, and y'all took the shot before he told you he used to mess with
Before,
her?
I had no clue.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Hold on,
a lot.
he took a shot by herself with her?
No,
No,
he
well,
had her
he
take a shot
no,
with her.
He
Also,
went
so-
over
so-
and talked to the group for like 5-10 minutes, and I was sitting at the bar, and then came back
with just her.
and with just her and ordered a shot for all three of us. And then when she left to go back, then he said it.
So he was trying to figure out. So what happened
But
was he
then you
found
also
himself.
said that he kept partying with her though. He kept like partying with her that night. Well, like, was he still trying to talk to
No,
her?
he was just chilling with me,
No,
but
no.
he went over, talked to them for like 10 minutes, and then
Acknowledged
brought her
the group.
over.
He acknowledged the group.
Acknowledged the group by himself, and then brought just her over and was like, "Oh, this is my people's. This is."
He was trying
my
to.
people's."
That's the thing. He was in a sticky situation, and he was trying to because it's awkward for him. He trying to figure out like, I'm trying to get ahead of this.
Well, it wasn't
right
awkward
now.
unless you make it awkward.
Nah, it
if he
was-
wasn't trying to continue to be her friend, he would have never brought it up.
That lets you know.
I don't think so.
That lets you know maybe he's not seasoned with doing that. It just it sounds like he played his cards. Well, I can't even say wrong. He could have done a better job at relaying that message.
Right, and plus,
Yeah.
plus, he was already continuing a relationship cool with her. Or what happened was he met you. So it's like he used to fuck with her.
Right.
They was cool up until that point. This person expects when they see the table, including the girl. Hey y'all,
Right, to say hi.
Right. So what happened is you're the new introduction to the situation, and now it's like, was he supposed to walk in there and be like, "Yo, don't fucking talk to me"? Where they caught off guard, like, "Yo, what's going on? I thought we was friends." So he's trying to figure out how to balance that shit. Because I'm trying to figure out right now what was the move he was supposed to make at that moment. What was he supposed to do?
I think
for-
he did the right thing. I think he did. Maybe his delivery was a little off,
Right.
but I feel like, I mean, me personally, I would rather you tell me, like, because like Dev said, what about if y'all exchange numbers? She has a great energy, you vibing with her, and then you find out down the line.
Right.
I would have rather known ahead of time. I think it's the way he delivered it to you,
Right.
and just how he presented it to you was just wrong.
Let's
It
say
was
he
just
let's say
all
he walked
weird.
in, they sitting at the table. Was he supposed to say, "Hold on, look, babe, I'm gonna let you know that's my group of friends at the table, and one of the girls at the table I used to fuck with. But I'm gonna say hi."
Right.
Like, was that it, or would it have been like, "Damn, I didn't need to know that," or now he bring you over to the table and you like mean mugging,
I
like you
think-
feel
It
it's
depends
like
on
it's
the
like
person,
what
too.
it's like what you doing?
Chelsea wanted to enjoy her night. At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
that definitely was something that I didn't need to know at that moment.
But
I
if Stacia hit you up and told you that before he got to tell you and said, "You know that bitch that he was talking to, you know he
Yeah,
fucked her,"
I
then it's like,
definitely
hold on.
would've been like,
So
"Yo,
then
why
it's
you
like,
didn't tell
why you
me?"
ain't tell me about
Yeah.
the bitch?
But
So-
I feel like the ulterior motive was to lay that law down right now because he wanted to continue to be friends with her during our relationship.
But then that goes back to Rich's
'Cause my
whole
honesty.
thing-
That
because
goes
he-
back to Rich's honesty. He's laying it
put it
down.
out there.
He
He put it
letting
out
you know.
But my whole thing is,
yeah, and then
my whole thing is,
what would y'all say?
Listen,
well,
hold
if that's
on,
going to be
hold
your
on,
friend and y'all
let's-
fucked a year ago,
my whole
no
thing-
more.
What I'm
is-
saying is he
is-
gave you a choice though. He said,
Opportunity.
yes, if Rich talking about honesty,
Right.
he said, this is what it is. I'm friends with her. This is what it was. I'm bringing it up pretty much the moment that you running into her, you got to make your decision.
But
Yeah.
I still think that he went a little extra and above by taking bringing her over for a shot. You know what I mean? And then he told you after the shot, right? So I still think he did that in the wrong way, and that's why I say it's levels to this shit.
Like you said, the example, you should have said it straight from the gate. Like, yo, before I go over there, this is the deal.
That's why I brought that up.
Then I would have probably been like, all right,
Look,
cool.
but my whole thing is it's different
But
strokes.
she's in my face and she already know before I even know.
It's different strokes for different folks. Cause you got girls out there who would be cool in that situation because they probably do it. That's why I say you gotta really like find people that's on the same page you on and live by the same laws you live by. Because look, dude, that was kind of like for me, the shot, okay, this your ex. If you in there chilling with him, I get it. He might have been trying to do the right thing, but again, the way that would have worked for me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Chelsea, is if he would have seen her, okay, over there, go over there, acknowledge the group, yo, what up? What's up, y'all? We ain't taking no shot. My girl over here. I'm with
Yeah.
my girl.
Yeah.
And then left that alone. I
'Cause
see
I
you
don't
though.
wanna be friends.
I see you though. What's up with you? How you been? Yeah, I'm here with my girl. You know I can't do no shot like that with my girl here. Like
I don't
I'll
want to
catch
be
up to you
friends
later.
with
Hold on, I
no
wanna be-
girl.
hold on. I wanna hear what he's saying.
And then got back to you. Got back to you. And for real, I don't know if I even would have told you in that moment because we
Right.
having a good time, or tell you in the car on the way home, like, listen, as soon as we get outside, like, listen, I ain't want to tell you in there, we on our way home, but you know, the group, they over there chilling, Cock and all of them was over there chilling, and one of the shorties that was over there with them, like, I know I used to deal with her, you know what I'm saying?
Most likely that goes left every time, no matter what.
No
matter what.
Or
No
guess
matter
what?
what.
Or even this, but look, or even this. Don't tell her at all. Cause you ain't in no violation.
No.
You went over there. All
Do
you
that
did
too.
was say what's up to the group, and now you don't want to fuck your girl. Wave up. You don't even want to bring that bullshit to your girl.
Until
Until
it
that
comes out
comes
later.
out later, and it's like, so you mean that day when you walked in there and you went over there and talked to them over at the table, and you ain't even tell me that? It's like, yo, that shit is like,
You right.
You want
You right.
you want then. And what I will tell y'all, because and Chelsea should know this, because I know you chill with crazy walks of life people. I got a ton of my white world friends. And this is not an issue at all.
No, it's
Them
not.
niggas don't give a fuck about no shit like that.
I know.
They literally be like, yeah, he used to fuck her like last year. Like that shit's over. Like
I feel like it was made a
they
big
be
deal. It didn't
on-
have to be made.
they
Maybe
be
part
on
of me
some
just didn't
other
want to
shit.
hear it because my
Nobody
thing
wants
is,
to hear that.
I think
I
my
get it.
thing
It's
is,
hard for me,
if
man.
you're not trying to fuck her
Sorry
or be
for
her
me.
friend, then don't bring it up. Go over, take your shot, have your fun with your people. Be like, yo, I used to fuck with that girl over there, but you know, we not going back no more.
If
But
you
he
fuck-
wanted to keep that relationship open, so like you said, he was keeping the choice open for me. But I'm not going to end no relationship because he wants to be social with his friend.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, we're done because you want to be social with somebody that you
None
been cool with.
of my wife's ex that she used to fuck in her history in her past will be nowhere near the crib for dinner, anything of the sort.
I dig
They
it.
won't be the fuck
Yeah,
around.
like, so at
None
that
of them.
point, I wanted to say,
had that
fuck
dick.
this. Like,
You had that dick.
Who does shit like that?
Yo,
He
I'm
got
telling
to
you
get
how
the- he
crazy
got to
this
get the
shit
fuck
could get.
lost.
Like
What
when
the
you
fuck
got
is this?
like
reality show.
Like when you got shit like this, when it be like,
But that's when you just fucking a bunch of people. Because I'll go
That's
on a
not
date.
always
no,
true.
see,
That's
that's
not
hold
true.
on, let's keep it. Hold on. This is real simple.
Never have I been in a room where I could be like,
Listen, you
I
so
fucked him and
so
him
so
and
you
him.
never so you don't know
That's
no
'cause
hold on,
your
wait
proximity
hold on you don't never see no people where it's like it's a parents, right? The parents been around, you had a young nigga that you used to fuck with, your brother is cool with the nigga, the mom and dad always liked him, he's kind of a friend of the family, he's around. You get with a chick is like, this is Johnny, and my mom known him since he was a little kid. He's the nigga from next door. Y'all had something when y'all was whatever. And my brothers is all tight with this nigga. he gonna be around. You gonna go to family barbecues. They not kicking him out the fucking family.
Yeah,
you
family
gonna be.
stuff.
What I'm saying is, those situations do exist without people having to have been like loosely fucking people, because we live in an environment where people live years of experiences in a small ass place.
In that situation,
Yeah.
because I know what you're talking about, and you're right, it fucking happens, right? But in that situation, it's your fucking job, right? Like, because if I'm in that situation, my girl done got attached to my fucking family so crazy they love her, because they crazy too, and they ain't shit neither sometimes. So I get how they relate. But my whole thing is, like, I still gotta, in that situation, you gotta make sure that your motherfucking woman, if you loyal to your woman and your woman is so loyal to you that you couldn't imagine,
You gotta make
and
sure she
fathom
comfortable.
losing your woman got, it's whatever the fuck she want. It's whatever the fuck she say. If it's a family get together and that bitch gonna be there and your girl say, I ain't really feeling like going. I don't want to
Then
see
you
that
can't
bitch.
go.
And you shouldn't go. You should be like, well, babe, we ain't going then. I get it.
That's
We
what
ain't
it
going.
is.
Like, it gotta be fucking loyalty. You gotta do what to people what you want done to you, and don't do to people what you don't want done to you. It's
Right.
stop wanting to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, but that's two different arguments, because one of them was like, it's not about him getting one his cake and eat it too. He was expressing. He was telling it. So it's two debates. Well, when was the right time to tell it? Some niggas is just like, I wanted to tell it immediately because I just didn't want no motherfucking smoke.
how people are.
You know,
I just feel like
wanted to get it out the fucking
I just
way.
feel like the shot and all that shit is
Yeah.
what made her feel
Overboard.
like
It's overboard.
Nigga, I just took a shot with some girl that you was fucking.
Like kind of forcing me to be cool with
Right.
this person
Like,
before
you
I
trick-
even know
you
the
tricked
situation.
me into meeting somebody that you
Right.
was fucking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that just was made it. If he would have just went over
Like
there
that's
and
not
hollered,
a time when you make your decision whether you want to continue the relationship or whether you want to say, you know what, I'm not comfortable with you being cool with that person, because I could ruin the whole night and be
Right.
like, you told me that now. Well, I don't want you hanging out with that bitch no more.
Listen.
Like, we're not gonna be cool if y'all was fucking
That's
2
why I
years ago.
think that-
I could have ruined the whole night, but I just kind of let it go and I sat on it and I was like, I respect it. But I also, and know if it was the other way around, a nigga would not react how I reacted.
Yo, listen.
Right.
A guy
you know-
would not accept that or
And-
let that
and-
happen if
and
it was the other way
I
around.
actually
I
wanna
just fucked
say-
that dude, but I made you take a shot with him, but I fucked him 2 years ago and I'm still going to continue to be cool
You
with him.
actually handled that situation like a boss, given how the information was delivered to you so fast and so quick. You get what I'm saying?
I was like, I did put my rock eyebrow up.
The
Like,
information might not have been bad. I just feel like maybe the timing was wrong or
And
the
the
delivery
delivery.
just was wrong. And because that's a hard thing to get through anyway with somebody, is putting a face to what just happened. You get what I'm saying? So I felt like you handled that situation pretty good if y'all continued y'all night. God damn, I can't speak
and
for
in
shit.
a lot, listen, and in a lot of these marriages, like I said, it's levels and it's different strokes for different folks, because in a lot of these marriages, and both parties respect it in some of these marriages where motherfuckers, listen, even your brothers don't got no say so no more. We just committed our life to each other.
Right.
I get it. That's your family, but we are the family
Right.
now.
Right.
My family ain't even really like, they around. I see them, I love them, but we the family. This
Exactly.
is my family now. You know what I'm saying? So it's people that even feel like, man, listen, I don't give a fuck who your brothers hang with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't married to your motherfucking brothers.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, and that's where people gotta evaluate their relationship and where they at, because what happens to a lot of people in a lot of these situations is, that shit feels like wifey. That instant you get with her and you start sacrificing and cutting people off for that person, and that's where people got to really figure out where they want to do it, because this motherfuckers that done cut people off for somebody that they was with for 4 months and never knew again in their fucking life, and you ain't never getting that person back based on how you asked them. You know what I mean? So you gotta basically make your choices wisely out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But the main key is what Rich always says, is being honest. So dude's delivery in Chelsea's case was wrong in how he went about it. But he was at least, I'm a shooting bill and say he was proactive in saying, I want to motherfucking bring this up.
Right.
Because there's some motherfuckers that would not even bring it the fuck up.
And
Real
hold
talk.
on, and in that situation too, he knows the girl. Maybe she crazy. Maybe she might have told you before he did. And
Nigga, ho, nigga, listen. When I tell y'all niggas, it's Devinwade Show. When I first got with my, my girl, some like an acquaintance, instantly tried to like hit my girl up on some like fuck shit, but like tried to exaggerate what our situation was and everything, like immediately, because this person hit me up trying to see what was good, and I was like, nah. Like, I ain't talked to you in forever, number one. And it was like, nah, this is what I'm up to now. I got a girl, boop, 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 boop. Found out who my girl was and was like, oh, I know her. And reached out.
Yep,
On
just like
some,
what Garnett said.
reached out on some bullshit. Oh, he seemed like he's so in love with you now, but he was loving me yesterday. It was like, yesterday? I haven't even... You've been in a whole relationship, all disappeared somewhere forever. But the fact that people will move in ways like that, man, people's intentions be like treacherous. You know what I mean? Because some motherfuckers will just see a situation as a happy situation, and they'll try to motherfucking set that shit on fire.
Right.
And there's a shout out to my girl where she could see the goofy shit from the beginning. Like,
Shout out to
this,
Connie.
like this dumbass bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? You already know this shit wouldn't be nothing. Like, you was a goofball, and you was just, you know, upset at the fact that you thought you was calling a nigga and was going to get a certain kind of response, and it was like,
no,
you don't get the fuck out of here. I'm done.
That's like going back to like the cyber stalker shit, goofy shit that people like. Because for real, I don't even want to get into like certain shit, but like just extra, like niggas, you be doing, and women too, probably like be trying to do all this goofy shit, talking to niggas and all this extra shit,
Just
chasing
stay in
and
your
reaching,
lane. I wasn't mad. I was
and you
just
get,
so
and for real,
confused.
you get talked
deserve to be
about.
mad, though.
You don't even know
I was
you get
so
talked
confused.
about. I done had like females. You know, we chopped it up and we could just be homies. Not even joints that I'm popping. And they talking about the corny shit dudes do. They talking about the corny conversation, the whack shit y'all say that think a woman gonna find impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be humble, man. We gotta take a moment out to humble ourselves out here.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I hope y'all learned a lot on today's episode of the Devinwade Show. We talked a lot about relationships. Oh man, we
people know Chelsea a little more.
Oh, they
People
know both.
Wiley
Listen. This is what this
I
is.
love this episode.
Yeah,
by
man.
the
Well,
way.
first,
They know I'm capable of tackling they bitch.
listen. Everybody,
Sack
I
King.
feel like everybody exposed themselves. Pause a little bit
Today, yeah.
today, and and that's what we want to do, so we could connect with our people and let them know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I think we revealed Wally's last relationship and current and whatever situation. You know what I'm saying?
And
we
shout
got
out to the homie too.
you know,
Hold your head.
And Chelsea Lee has some interesting takes. In this wild world where everybody wants to attack Chelsea Lee, we are still holding the Chelsea for Love of Chelsea Lee deathmatch tournament.
Yeah, I'm gonna give out headphones so it gets to move to the next
wow,
one.
holy shit.
Instead of roses,
Yo,
you get the
listen. You
bling.
don't
must be
understand.
crazy.
Listen.
The words
This
that
nigga,
came out your mouth.
listen. This nigga's
It
such a
sounded
pervert.
like you was gonna say
Just now.
You s-
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
mad.
Yo, here's the thing. The phones.
Headphones.
Listen,
for
phone.
2 seconds. I
listen.
thought the
I'ma
same
shut
thing.
up.
That's crazy though, because she said headphones very fast. There was no breath in
know.
between, but people still heard. I'm gonna give out
Dirty
head,
people.
and the phones kind of went the.
I know I said it.
Wally
Yeah.
got on the exact same scarf, but a different cloth, a different material
this
from the
is,
other day.
This
like
one
a-
isn't.
Is this
Louis Vuitton
cashmere? Because
asshole.
the last
That's
one
what
was
I did.
leather.
Nah, this is like
this
a
cashmere?
Nah, it's like a cotton fuzzy. It's my casual headband.
Listen,
It's made.
whatever it
It's the
is,
same
listen,
style.
whatever it is.
We know what that is.
Bitch is popping.
Thank you guys.
It's
the
made
shit-
out of Bruce Lee's old white belt from
Right.
And it got
You know?
it got the top look like the
It got
top
a
look like a
little
little
knot in the
like a little
top.
camel toe up on the top like a little
Like
like
a nipple. It's like a nipple.
Like
I'd
a
say
little
it's more like a little nipple on the top, but that's expensive nipple.
Nah, that's it.
And Garnett
cool
Garnett
little
just
headpiece.
almost licked the nipple on the headband, or put spit on it. What was that?
Ew.
What freak move was that where you lick your finger and rub nipples? Okay, Garnett.
so mean.
Yeah,
That's some old
Garnett. Yeah.
voodoo shit, man. This guy is
Voodoo Briscoe.
That's how I manifest shit,
right.
man.
But for myself, Devinwade, aka Dangerous DevNasty, and Mr. Tired. I'm tired as hell. Garnett Briscoe, shut the fuck up. For Garnett Briscoe, for Chelsea Lee. Hold on, what was? Hold on, whoa. Hold on, what is that? Hold on, wait. First off,
Is you trying to call
no.
you a bird, though?
Wait, I'm more worried about
do
what
it,
was
do
the
it, do it.
sound effect that Chelsea made.
Yeah,
I
what
was
you
doing
did?
I was doing a moaning noise. I said,
Yeah, because listen,
shit.
Listen, word.
Hold on, let's do that over. Do that over. for the
Restart
minute.
this ending.
Hold on.
Do that over.
Why
for
you
the
do
minute.
the bird noise when he said my
Listen,
name?
I got you. I
was
got y'all.
confused.
And fellas at home, I got you.
You
You
know
got your,
the Chelsea
you got your,
fans only is
hold on.
fucking.
You got your Jergens in hand, fellas. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get your Jergens. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm giving you more time to get you. 1. Oh, first, don't use your Jergens yet. For Garnett Briscoe. For Waleska D.
Hell no.
no.
I'm not making
Oh,
any
you gotta do a
sound
sick
effects.
piece.
No, this is what
you
you
fuck it up. For Wally. This sick
Just
piece.
say bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay. For Porter Rich.
Peace, world.
For Chelsea Lee. This has been the Devinwade Show. Peace.
I was like, I'm not making any fucking sound effects.
DJ Chelsea Lee.
I got that juicy fruit, that fruity loot, that ooh we go. That booty drink, that everything that's Gucci toe. And who you think they look too food, I know we know. A stiff neck in the bag, Mr. Louis